our changes till everything integrated. Word to my partners in calculus. Yo, you down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. Integral, grind exponential. You down with BCP? That's the way we rotate radiannually. You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah. BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Let's blow. Switch the
Rock'em, sock'em, robots.
Yeah.
One of these days,
I would accumulate just the tip.
And
One of
he
these
hits
days.
me up.
Man.
One of these days, I'm going to. Actually, no. One of these days, I'm going to not be able to dance, PJ.
As long as you got a seat, you'll be able to dance, bro.
I'm trying to get all my dumb fucking dances in right now. So I always try to decide, like, what am I going to start off the show with? Like one of these or one of these or one of
What,
these.
no super chats?
Go ahead, bro. That's a dance all to yourself.
Oh, we got a Foster sighting.
Foster be the man.
Foster, get your ass in here. We got to start the show out with you.
Yeah, clean off his mustache.
He's gonna wipe the stains off of the Wisconsin beer brought pussy stains off of his mustache. Am I gonna get pulled from YouTube for saying that right now?
Chad Speaker, thank you for gifting 5 months. Member for 5 months.
Chad Speaker.
You're the man. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, you know me.
Chad Speaker. What are we looking at here, Carl? Oh no. Oh my goodness. What kind of
Why
are we looking at over there?
Why do we have to hurt people with that kind of crap?
At least they can. At least they can. They have a little bit of. They have better moves than me, right?
I don't know. Yours unique, bro. Yours are unique. Can't, man. You can't beat unique.
What a
unique
what a
and scary, but I don't know. It's still better than whatever that was. Jeez.
I am definitely one of the biggest dorks on this planet, and I accept that. So
I wouldn't go that far, but okay.
I just figure he's got to tell us something we don't know already. Hasn't done it.
At least I'm not tooting my own horn, though.
Yeah, you're good. You're a good man, Shorty.
You know what, Foster? You and PJ. I mean, I can't tell you how much I love you guys, man. I love you guys with the bottom of my heart, and Carl, and all the work that he's done for the show, and I mean, I am in debt to you guys with friendship, and so side note, I bought Carl a Cosin Loveland jersey, and he got 2 of them. They sent him 2 Cosin Loveland jerseys. So he's like, I guess
wow.
These are yours. I'm like, yeah, fucking 2 for 1. Awesome.
Foster, what are you doing, bro?
He's showing us his ass.
I had to get, yeah, showing you guys some ass.
He had to get where his head was centering off the light behind him so it didn't blind us.
This freaking room gets so hot in the afternoon because the sun's blazing in. It's on the second story. It just blazes in the windows like a magnifying glass. So in the mornings, I will cover it so that, because if I'm not going to be here or something, I cover it so that the sun can't blaze in. It's 10 degrees cooler when I come up here. Otherwise, I'd be baking right now because it would have been blazing in all afternoon.
I hear you.
And if I pull that, then I get a little breeze too. So I just walk in the door, reset the stuff, put the computer on. So
Coming 2 minutes
running
late.
man.
Love it. Hey, life is life. We get it. Like I got in here 2 minutes before the show started too. So I mean,
I want to give a shout out to Minister Charles. Hope your surgery went well. I know he was going to do some stuff there, man. Hopefully your surgery went well and getting all healed up, man. And my thoughts and prayers are still with you, brother.
While we're at it, PJ, let's get the chat. Let's start off with Minister
Charles Johnson.
Johnson.
Creighton.
Trying to imitate you, Shorty.
Wilson.
Seth Sullivan.
Armando Lara Jr.
Really quick, Heidi Zimmerman she has the best smelling hair I've ever smelled in my life. It's got to smell better than Jennifer Aniston's, as I said on the show last week when Dave Matthews smelled her hair. Like, it's got to smell better than that. It's like the perfect hair. And she posted on Twitter like that she's an amazing cook. And so she's like, well, I really want to move to Chicago. Like, I feel like I could get a job as a cook. Well, you're damn right you could, because we have good food here. And she was on Twitter and she posted these pictures of, it basically looked like a habanero jardinere. And I was like, oh my God, I literally do eat habanero for breakfast. I literally do. I love habanero. And so she was sweet enough to send me the recipe for that. And so thank you so much, Heidi. I can guarantee you I will make that. And I told her I would sign an agreement to let her know I would never sell it. But she was kind enough to still send me the recipe. And
in blood. You got to sign it in blood, Shorty. Come on, Heidi. I'll help you.
Heidi is going to be joining us again soon, whenever she can. She, unfortunately, last time she was going to join us, had her internet lines stolen from her, from her subdivision. People are digging into the ground, or they're pulling the lines out of the hanging lines and like stealing them and selling them. Like that's just so fucking ridiculous. My goodness.
What is Bearski going to pay to see?
What?
I'd pay for that, Foster. Bearski said, I'd pay for that, Foster. Was it my ass? I think that's when you guys were talking about my ass.
Yeah. Well, Heidi is also saying her internet is restored, clearly, because she's on with us tonight. So we'll have to have you on next week or the week after. Like, so for anyone that can't tell, my background is different. I'm up in Illinois for work for this week and next week. So my next week's show will also be from this hotel background, as you have seen me in before.
Take them out, Peach. Then it'll be just me and you, buddy.
Yeah.
Because he's close, man. He's like right down. He's right down North Avenue. It's probably a 20-minute drive, man. I could just take him out.
Well, if not for all the stoplights,
stolen twice.
Minister Charles Johnson, Aunt Miss Heidi, Creighton Wolfong. I saw Creighton say something earlier like we love BCP too, and again, like usually we end the show with the love and appreciation for all you guys, but let's just start off the show with it, because you guys, I mean, honestly, there's no other reason why we do this anymore, because right now what is there to talk about? There's nothing to talk about, but there is people to talk to, and that's what makes
PJ had the most interesting thing, and that should have been the thumbnail, man.
Oh my goodness!
PJ's question when I asked
before we get to that,
has anyone seen where Foster is tonight?
I do want to give a shout out to Cliff Victoria.
I haven't.
I want to say thank you, Cliff, for being. I think wasn't he like our first regular in the chat? Between him and J2K, I know.
Cliff, J2K, even Squeegee was.
So I do want to say thank you, J2K, Cliff, Squeegee. You guys for supporting us. It's been, 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for being with us from the beginning. Truly appreciate it, man.
Cliff is definitely one of the first for sure.
They were here before us, Beach.
Well, they were, yeah. And Cliff has become a good personal friend of mine. We're close to him in Florida when we go down there, and we always try to make time to spend with Cliff, and he makes the most amazing meals, and I just love Cliff. He's one of the best people I've ever met, just like you guys and most of you in chat. So thank you, everyone. Who else we have in here in chat? We got
Mr. Mayhem and Aunt Miss. You guys have been
Mr.
solid.
Mayhem has been here from day one.
Mr. Mayhem, yes.
Armando Lerra Jr. and his
Zach
wife
Sullivan.
Patty. Zach Sullivan with his beautiful clock.
Yes.
Day one, Zach Sullivan too. Armando and Patty Lerra. It's just an honor to see you guys here with us every week. You guys are all so amazing, man. Without you, this would not happen. I can promise you that much.
Appreciate your support as well as yours, Vizzo Joe.
Vizzo.
And Chad Speaker with always your super chats and members, man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Heidi.
So
Charles, yeah.
Oh, Roberto Hernandez. What's up, BCP?
Roberto?
What's up, Roberto? Great to see you again. Sorry if my tills suck ass. I apologize. Roberto. Let's say it like a Chicagoan. Roberto Hernandez. Right?
Then we got Romy.
There you go.
Romy used to be Jerome, right?
Jerome. Yeah, because we were always like, is it Jerome or Jeremy? Yeah. And he said it was Jeremy, but spelled Jerome. So cheers to you, Romy. Appreciate you. So we were talking about tonight.
He's a Bears fan.
We were talking about tonight, like what should we do? What should we make this show about? Like, what are we going to talk about tonight? It's like the downtime and what did you say, Peach?
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, whatever I said in chat, that was in chat. I don't know what you're talking about here, bro.
Allow me to pull it up on my phone.
I was just going to say, should I get my phone and read it?
Allow me to do that
you know
for
what?
you.
You know what? Shorty. Go through the whole thing because it was something like start with where you guys are talking, and this is our personal chat between me, Shorty, PJ, and Carl. So it says,
"Go, you read it."
Okay, here. Let me see if I can find it. All right. Any ideas for the stream topic, title, thumbnail tonight? If none, I might just make it a picture of Carm from HC, whatever that is.
CHGO.
Yeah, CHGO, twerking with the clown emoji. And then Shorty goes, dude, if you haven't made it yet, I have no idea. And then I said, can we nitpick anymore? Are the Bears on trial? What do we really have? O-line solidified, really? For sure? And then Kyle said something like, good, you still want to do more on the Bears offensive line. And I said, I'm just not satisfied with their depth till I see it because I worry we're an injury away from a major offensive issue. Mm-hmm. He's like, oh, just like the Vikings, how their season immediately ended when Christian Darrisaw got hurt, which it didn't because they were 5-2 and they still failed at the end miserably, but did it have anything to do with Darrisaw? I know they had about 6 guys trying to replace him, and they still didn't really do it. And then Carl wanted to talk about the Packers sucking or trading for an edge. Then I said, PJ, what is your burning question about our beloved? And PJ said, hey, what can we get back in compensation in a trade package for Caleb Williams with the Jets? And Shorty goes, OMG PJ. And I said, that's the thumbnail. Just put OMG PJ on it, and then we'll get into it. And then PJ says, you see, I've always had this dream of having this type of quarterback. And then he's got a bunch of smiley laughing emojis.
Because he's talking about me.
And you finished it.
But
that was our chat prior to the show.
But PJ and I had private conversations where he was like, I was always a defense and running back guy. And I said, well, yeah, that's what we've always been.
He did say it was private conversations. He did say that.
I'm not giving away anything like I'm not giving him your social security number.
I got it. I got it for the credit card.
And it was like, I understand you were a defense and a running back guy because we have always been trained that way as Bears fans. We never had a quarterback, and that's why I get into the whole, like I told you guys in the one rant show that I did about the score and about the Chicago media. It's like I knew I was going to be listening to that shit on my way to and from work, and I am. I drove to work and back from this hotel, listening to the same score bullshit, and which we can get into in a minute because it was actually pretty good recently with the Ruben Hippolyte interview, but it's just I like PJ and I talked about in private about. I understand your feelings about. Oh no, he was saying that I was always a running back and defense, a running game and defensive guy. So yeah, we've been trained to be that way. But I've always been a quarterback guy, like from my late teens until now. And, I get it. Like I get it. We ended that conversation, PJ, with me fully understanding how much you love PJ and Justin Fields and the reasons why. And I can totally respect you for that. I can totally respect you for that. For me, Caleb is I've been, you know what I've been doing? I've been going on a bender of Caleb Williams rookie cards, so I can have every one of them. And when he retires, the best Bear of all time, even over Walter Payton, I'll sell one of those cards for $2.5 million and hopefully be able to retire on that in a couple of years. So that's where that's just how I feel about Caleb, and I know that's how you feel about Justin. And no love lost, man. Atmos, what is up, my friend? No love lost.
Chad Speaker said Justin Fields and Sauce Gardner, PJ.
Oh, Sauce Gardner. Oh.
For the compensation?
Sauce Gardner. It would have to be Sauce Gardner and their wide receiver. It would have to be Sauce Gardner. What is that wide receiver?
Take Sauce Gardner,
Garrett
Justin
Wilson.
Fields,
Garrett Wilson.
And I'd rather have one of their pass rushers.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'd rather have Quinnen Williams.
Yep. There you go.
Williams for Williams.
We don't have room for another wide receiver. Realistically, we've got four good wide receivers.
Nor do we have any more room for an offensive lineman, Foster.
Hey, don't forget about Bill Murray, Foster. Bill Murray.
Who's on the defensive line? Because I know they got rid of a couple of the guys that I would have wanted.
The Bears, or who are you talking about?
No, the Jets. Jets defensive line.
Quinnen Williams, arguably the best player in his position in the NFL. Defensive tackle. I think he's a 3 tackle.
Well, that's what we're talking about. Why did you say offensive line? I never brought it up.
No. You omitted the fact that I took out 2 separate mortgages on both of Shorty's houses to resuscitate Larry Allen for depth for this offensive line because we need more depth on offensive line.
And listen, when you say that, it makes me sound rich. There's
a second mortgage on it. So when you explain that Amex, just make sure you mention that mortgage.
My wife and I inherited my mother-in-law's house in Florida that was paid off. So all it is taxes, basically. Well, it's lot rent. It's like a trailer park, basically. So I don't want to
you're forced to pay property taxes on,
which is more than our mortgage on our house. So yeah.
Property tax is a scam.
Yeah.
Dude, my mortgage is like $4,000 a year. My fucking taxes are like
Jesus
$6,000.
Christ, fucking private chat is blowing up over here. What's going on?
For
We
last
have
This
night.
podcast was brought to you by the CCP.
We have our guest tonight is Bearskifilm, Paul Ski from Bearskifilm. He'll be joining us in just a minute here. I don't want to keep him back there too long, but he's a good friend of the show. Carl's done a lot of stuff with him on his show, and we'll have him on here in just a second, and then we can really get into the Bears because I'm curious to know what he has to say because it would help to fuel the conversation about what we should talk about tonight. So, I mean,
There's plenty to talk about.
There's plenty to talk about. Let's just, you know what, Paul, are you ready to come on with us?
Paul in, man. He's ready. He's been ready since.
He's back
Hold
there
on, just stall.
He's back there picking his nose, eating his boogers. I can see it, and it's like, should we just bring him on now or what?
No, dude, he's hitting on a bait.
Wait, now he's got a monkey.
Maybe he is picking his nose. I don't know. It looks like he's got one finger in.
Now he's got a monkey and a dildo. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't bring him on.
Let's just see real quick. Yeah, he's picking his nose. See?
PJ's like, do you have any idea who could be watching this?
I forget every week, man.
Wait, so are we ready for Paul, everyone?
Let's bring Paul Ski on.
Let's bring
always
on
ready for
Paul
Paul.
from Bearskifilm.
Yeah, I kind of like that music.
That was awesome.
You kind of like
That
it?
was so good.
Yeah, I do.
No, what I like is the retaliation. I mean, dude, I got a little short of what is it, Mr. Hankey? They're like, did you tweet that, Mr. Hankey? He's like, I was on Ambien or something, but I put Carl's face over it.
Send it to me on Twitter and I'll show it.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta do it. I'd have to find it.
Look at Alex. Look at Alex.
Alex is my name. Oh, Monkey and a Dildo would be a hell of a children's book.
I'm adding that to the soundboard too. 22 minutes, 40
God.
seconds.
Tony Moy's going, would you guys stop joining the CCP? Tony Moy. I'm sure he's gotta love that we're part of the CCP.
You down
Oh
with
my
CCP?
Oh my God, stop joining the CCP, he says. Communist Chinese Party. Ah.
You down with CCP? You down with CCP?
So I have a couple things to hit on. Let's just start with the easy one, the Justin Fields thing. So one, I wanted to ask you guys, there was a possibility where now, although it wasn't very likely, still when exploring every option, every road, one of the options was like, well, why not keep them both? Right? Whether it's have the rookie sit and have Justin Fields go out there or do whatever, or the other way around. So I forget where we were halfway during the season because, I mean, we strung together a couple games there where he was getting sacked like eight times a game, 5 times a game, and I was just losing my mind. But was there a moment in the season before the trade deadline where if Justin Fields was on the bench, we could have gotten more for him than we got by letting him go during the offseason? And do you think that would have been detrimental to the team to keep him around back there? Or like, would it have been better for Caleb to sit a little bit this year? Those are questions that could have been possibilities, which I think about. You know what I mean? I think about that kind of stuff. So
I brought that up last year.
did you?
Why
yeah,
not?
I mean,
Why not just keep him for the last year of his contract? Since you're not gonna re-sign him in for the 5th-year option, right?
right.
And
And,
then-
on paper, it makes all the sense in the world. It makes most sense on paper. So when tying realism into it, the response I kept getting was it might mutiny the locker room, right? Or it might. Go ahead, Carl.
Didn't we have to sign the 5th-year option for Fields to keep him? Or did we straight up cut him?
We declined the 5th.
This was the
So
first year,
the 5th-year
yeah.
option for a player drafted, what was that, 12th overall, 11th overall? I think it's
11.
$25 million.
But he's
So you
still-
could
Now,
have
we were still
Still-
paying Caleb Williams handsomely being the first overall pick.
No, but he's still
Saved
in
about
the 4th
$15 million
year.
in cap space.
But Carl,
he's
Carl, the cap
He
isn't
played-
real.
He played his 4th year with the Steelers. They didn't resign. They didn't. re-signed.
Yeah, who picked up the money on that?
Who could have kept
The
him for the
Steelers?
4th year?
We could have,
Yeah.
and then potentially, like, say you did go off and start him, and he had some success, or somebody was desperate enough, you could exercise the 5th-year option and still trade him,
No,
right?
you
So, like,
couldn't.
if you have to pay to
You
have
had
a
to- you had
6th-round
to
pick turn
exercise
into a
that
3rd.
option prior to the season.
Oh, that's right. You're right. You're right, Foster. You are correct. So you couldn't
So,
do
but
that.
I mean,
Missed the
we
deadline.
could have kept him
You're
and then tried to trade him anyways, and probably got more before the deadline because there was like a few teams that could have used a quarterback if I remember right.
Right. So I mean,
Saying.
six-round pick is rough, but like if Za Frazier winds up being any good for a 6th-round pick, you know what I mean? The lineman we just signed off the Chiefs, although Carl grades him as a 2nd-round pick, he got drafted in the 6th round. Like, so you can still find some guys there. It's just few and far between, right? But
look at how the heads get progressively larger to smaller in this.
dude,
In
I
this
could
image.
I could stand.
Wait,
but then,
stand up taller. Stand up taller. Stand up really tall.
It's like the Russian dolls.
Wait, what the hell?
I have those somewhere. My mom.
Paul's back's gonna go to it's gonna go out
My
on
mom
him now
knows
for
those
standing
things.
for and
So
Hey, that was pretty
did him a
good.
favor. No,
That was Carl's head on Paul's
If-
body.
if anything, J2K, like, it didn't give him the guarantee to start because Russell Wilson was still there, right? But that was probably the best spot he could have gone, in my opinion, outside of Baltimore. So, PJ, like, this was my whole thing, and this is kind of where I was going with all this. It's like, I get the love for Justin Fields. I also love Justin Fields. Character-wise, great person. Like, he's a really good human being. He's very humble, very interactive with the fans. When it comes to on the football field, could you win a Super Bowl with him? Yeah, under the extremely right circumstances, though, right? So, like, it's more of this, like, boomer bust type deal, whereas Caleb Williams is just, he's more of a balanced package. You know what I mean? But you could still win with Justin. I wouldn't, you know, the chances are just a lot smaller.
to me, and PJ, close your ears.
No.
To me, we win a Super Bowl because of Caleb, not with Caleb.
Well, see, there's the thing, right? So, like the Ravens won it with Trent Dilfer. I believe they were the only team to win a Super Bowl and then move on from their starting quarterback in the offseason. Imagine the balls on the coaching staff there to win a Super Bowl and it'd be like, yeah, but this quarterback's still not good enough. Like, would San Francisco do that with Brock Purdy? No. In today's day, you're kind of handcuffed to the quarterback once you pay them the finances. And Baltimore came across a very similar situation with Joe Flacco. They had this quarterback carousel going around after Trent Dilfer until they finally got to Joe Flacco. And, like, you knew he was very average, but the team was really good. And he did not sign a contract. He really, really just placed the bet on himself and had a super clutch offseason. And they won a Super Bowl. And so what? Are the Ravens not going to be the second team to move on from a quarterback after winning a Super Bowl? No, they had to pay him like $100 million. And because of that, it ate up all the finances and they couldn't do it anymore, right? So it's part of the game. And Shorty, I kind of go back to this. Like last year, I kept saying, I'm done with hope. I'm done with hope. I'm done with hope. I need to see it. And if not, like there needs to be some drastic change because, dude, it was do or die for Matt Eberflus, period. Right? And this year, I'm opening myself up a little bit more to hope. When it comes to like predicting a 13-3 season 2 years ago, it was just like, no, dude, like it's just, you could see they're in the shit. They got to crawl out of the shit first, right? Right now, this team is young. Talent was not the issue last year. It was definitely effort, and it was effort due to poor management and chaos all the way around every
Terrible
player,
coaching.
right? Right.
Terrible.
So young, talented,
Comes down to coaching.
and now, right, if you get that real coach in there, like, dude, there's been teams that have won with bad quarterbacks. There's been teams that have won with a bad coach. There's been teams that have won spiked once at least, and still been able to overcome on an obstacle or two, but not 5 or 6. once it all starts going bad, you know what I mean? Like if the offense would have carried this thing last year a little bit more or something, you could ride on getting lucky a little bit more. That I'm opening myself up to hope because the chance of this team being good is much higher than it was before. Are they going to be good? I'm not sure, but like there's a lot of potential here. We have the potential to see a really good offense this year, one that we might have not seen as Bears fans. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, with Justin Fields, you would have kind of gone more all in and probably been in a situation where now do you pay him? Do you not pay him? This and that. So just timing wise and situation wise, that was just not about to go. But like now, this year, Shorty, if you predicted him 13-3 this year, I wouldn't be so like
I predicted him 10-7
about it. Yeah, okay. There you go.
This is our record. By the way,
sorry, I know that was forever, but I was
when Jason UK Bears and Chris Watts start up their British Bears show again here soon before the season starts, I'm going to ask them to give us their records, and I want to add that to this because it will be 2 more, which will eventually change this.
Yeah.
By the way, I can't believe Chat predicted 15-2. That is just insane.
Crazy.
Like you guys went balls out, Chat.
I'm with PJ. I tend to agree with PJ a lot.
Why don't we start to try and build out like a guest prediction? So like we could start with Paul today, Jason and Chris Watts.
Good idea.
And just continue to fill it out. That's very, very easy for me to track. It might be fun.
Yeah, if there's only
as long as it doesn't take 4 hours to do that. Paulski, if you just went win loss win loss win loss loss win loss loss, be done with it. We could do that.
So I've been saving it. Like me and David are going to do an official one at some point. Okay. I haven't gone through and done it yet, but hey, once we do ours, if you want, I'll either come back and repeat it, or I'll just send it to you. You can just add it on there. But yeah, I think I want to save it. I tend to go on record like once, and that's my thought, and like I stick to it.
Because you're going to plan for it. So when you do that, send it to us. We'll add it to the spreadsheet.
Right. So like if you would have asked me, like even when Ben Johnson first got hired, it probably I was more negative about it. Like I wanted Mike Vrabel at least kind of like fix this thing or whatever. But now I'm way more up on Ben Johnson than I was early on. So
I'm pretty sure PJ has said that we're going to end up doing a record prediction kind of as the preseason is going on or after the preseason. Yes,
after the preseason.
So that's kind of why I'd suggest, Paul, that you give us something now if you wanted to, just so that we have kind of those contrasting timelines, right? Because right now we have no second-round picks under contract. Maybe by the end of the preseason we'll have Kenneth Walker.
Real quick, because I want to hear. PJ looks like he needs to say something here in a second, and I'm going to give you the platform. But I want to go to what Chad says here. I just don't see how we improve a lot with a new coach, but also second hardest schedule in the NFL. And I don't know what the schedule for the Bears was with Matt Nagy's first year, but he took a second-year quarterback who was, I mean, he had potential, but you know, he had a few things that he was missing from his game, and they went 12-4. And as far as I refuse to call it a double doink game anymore. It was a blocked kick. It was tipped. That's what caused the double doink.
For anyone that doesn't double doink though, it twice. It is what it is.
Right, but it was a blocked kick. So that game, to me, I feel like that team, if they would have won that game. By the way, I'll say it again for anyone that hasn't heard me say it. There was a point in that game in like the first or second quarter where they had a 4th and 2, and the Bears gained 3 yards, but they called it. The referee said they didn't get the first down, and then not only did they not give them the first down, but they moved the ball, and when they actually placed the ball for the next play, it was a yard ahead. So they gave them an extra yard. So they gave them instead of it being a 4th and 2 or whatever it was where they were stopped, which should have been a 4th and. It should have been a first down for the Bears on offense.
What game was it where that guy with the tattoos bumped the ref?
Oh, that was the Steelers game.
Monday night.
But it just felt like that whole year, like the refs had something against us. I don't know what it was, man. It felt like that year.
No, that was. Oh, it was the same year, yeah. So
That was not 2018.
Rookie season.
Wasn't it?
No, those were
That was-
Fields. Because
yeah,
Fields threw the touchdown pass to Mooney to actually put us ahead.
correct. You're correct. Yes.
And then we got screwed because of that Cassius Marsh call.
My bad. Sorry.
So not only did we get the first down, but they said we didn't. They gave the Eagles in that playoff game against, with Nagy as the head coach, they gave them an extra yard, and in a game of inches, and that's why it just I was blowing up. I was like freaking out watching that game, and nobody ever said anything about that but me until I had this show, and where I pulled up the video on the show and showed you guys that we not only gained that yard, but that we didn't get the first down, and they were afforded another yard in the game of inches. In a game where Miller, the receiver, what's his name, Miller, like Anthony Miller caught that ball, and they called it he caught the ball on like the 4-yard line, and they called it a fumble, but it wasn't a fumble. Or no, they couldn't make up their mind, but it really wasn't a fumble, or it was a fumble. I forget what it was, but they fucked us either way.
You talking about the Chargers game?
No, the same Eagles playoff game that we lost, the double doink game.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Trubisky threw a beautiful deep ball to Anthony Miller. He caught it, and he fumbled it, but recovered it, I think is what it was, and they called it a non-catch, but he held on to the ball for more than 2 seconds.
The Bears recovered the ball. It should have been a touchdown. I know exactly what you're talking about.
We got fucked in that game.
David Kaplan was just talking about this on ESPN 1000 as well.
I cannot call him Shorty. What's his name?
All right, tell him your name, Shorty. He doesn't know crap.
It's
anyway.
FCM. Well, it's FCM.
My name is FCM, Dave. And since you don't know my name, come on the show so I can bitch you out for being a negative asshole all the time.
Throw my pussy, darling.
Wait, Carl, play JT or play Jason UK Bears, his famous saying.
What? No super chats?
Not that one. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have some egg rolls, some ping ping dong, and a glass of Zach Charbonnet.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Carl, 38 minutes in. You got to record
he was
that
so
one.
Stupid. He was so unwise. He was like an unwise man.
You got to you have to re-record the one that with the clip you just played of Foster, and then him saying, "And a glass of Zach Charbonnet," and make that the new one, because that's hilarious. And a glass of Zach Charbonnet.
Oh.
PJ has not talked in a while, and I don't like that. So please say something. Please profess your love.
Actually thinking about doing fish and spaghetti.
There we go.
Carl sent me a TikTok that was like flashing fish jello, flashing chicken jello, like in between the little video it was playing.
/ fish and spaghetti. Oh, by the way, let me do this. While you're talking, PJ, I'm going to send this, and I'm going to pull it up. This is hilarious.
I will say, though, that what I did find interesting this week, they mentioned a possible trade for Kevin Thibodeau from the Giants. I seen that on somebody's. I think it was Swifty. Swifty brought it up. Yeah, Swifty brought it up.
He did.
And I find that intriguing because I thought, I think Thibodeau's pretty good, and New York does have 2 good edge rushers now. But what I also found interesting is Cincinnati has not signed, or even close to signing, to my knowledge, their first-round draft pick in Shamar Turner. Am I correct?
Stewart,
thank you. Shamar
Texas A&M, right?
Correct. So
if you know the exact contract language on that, take
I
it away.
heard that they say there's something. It's a clause in there that normally is not in there.
one infraction, breaching his code of conduct, whatever it is, for that one moment in his entire contract duration, which they have control of him for 5 years with the option, right?
Right.
That would violate him. That would end the ability for him to get any guaranteed money, right? One infraction, he would lose all 5 years of guaranteed money. He's right to sit out.
Oh, 100%. But that's what I'm saying. I mean, with that being said, though, so if he's now available in trade, would you entertain Bears going after him? Is my question.
Well, to be frank, I mean, they just spent the 18th overall pick on him. So you're going to have to give up next year's first if you're the Bears, in my opinion. That's what they would expect.
I guess what really makes me wonder about the whole situation is, why would Cincinnati try to pull that on him? That tells me that, are they not truly liking him as a player or something?
Paul, I don't know if you want to echo what your co-host David always has to say about the Bengals, but they are paying 2 wide receivers a lot of money, right? Maybe they can't afford their first-round pick.
But I was thinking too, and don't they have to sign the premier edge rusher, or did they already?
They haven't, and the guy's Trey Hendrickson is not going to camp. He's not doing nothing because he wants the money.
So they got money problems.
Well, I don't know if they do or not. The cap, like you said, is a myth. The issue is the owner. Does the owner want to pony up? I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting dilemma there because a lot of the finances are spent on the offense. I mean, you got a quarterback. For a while, you had 3 really good wide receivers. Like, you expect them to carry it. You do. You know, so that's why I said we might see a really good offense this year. Why? There's a lot invested into it. Like, a lot invested into this offense now. I mean, you're talking about, you know, a pick 9 wide receiver, a second-round pick wide receiver, DJ Moore. There's a lot in this offense. You got Cole Kmet. Now you got a pick 10 overall tight end right there, too. You've made trades for the offensive line. You pick 1 overall quarterback. Like, there's a lot invested in this offense. And because of that.
And DJ Moore was considered a pseudo first-round pick when you acquired him. Your backup tight end is 10th overall. Your starting tight end is middle of the second round. Your wide receiver 3, your slot wide receiver, is the 39th overall pick. And your quarterback, who's the ringleader of all of it, is the number 1 overall pick. So
if the question is, would I pursue that? I don't know, man. Like, so premier edge can make such a huge difference, but you know, you don't want to wind up in a situation like the Redskins did with Albert Hainsworth years ago. Remember that when he left Tennessee?
Commanders.
The Redskins at the time, Carl. At the time, that's who they were.
And who they should be currently named.
Okay, the current Commanders.
No, I'm saying they should currently be named the Redskins. You got me all screwed up, Paul.
No, they didn't copyright that. They couldn't do it. Did you see what South Park did to that?
Oh, I was about to play that.
It was bad. They took the Redskins logo. They drew tits and a penis on it. Screw in another Redskins logo. Oh, because it wasn't copyrighted. They could just legally do it.
I'm going to have to pull Paul.
It's so bad, yeah. But yeah, they couldn't keep that. So, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting, but I think talent wasn't so much the issue, but we do need an edge. That's what I feel is like missing on this team, isn't it? Because like I really wanted them to draft them fried catfish and spaghetti. Jesus,
that's what I was looking for. Blaze literally has a catfish and spaghetti flavor chip. PJ, sorry to interrupt you guys.
Yeah, Carl's got to find it first.
I'd be curious. I'd be curious to know if you bought those. If you would agree, PJ.
I would not buy those.
If you did,
yeah.
What if I bought them for you?
I would
just had a bag of Lay's fried catfish and spaghetti flavored chips sent to you. Would you at least try it and give me feedback?
No.
You suck.
Yeah, you know.
I'd try it. I'll try it.
Kind of like
I'll
you
be the
telling
spirit.
me.
Give it to Paul because he'll try anything. Just like Mikey. Remember Mikey? He'll eat anything.
Let PJ finish what he's saying. Kind of like what?
Kind of like getting a rib flavored chip.
Yeah.
You may eat ribs, but you don't want them in your chips, man.
True. Yeah. Hey, I always wanted Paul. Can you create?
But I never finished getting an answer from Foster about whether or not he would pursue either Thibodeau or Stewart.
Thibodeau or Stewart? I thought it was
Kayvon Thibodeau from the Giants or Shamar Stewart from the Bengals. Impossible trade packages.
Could we pursue him though? Because he's like a restricted. He's a drafted player. Because the Bengals are adding some strange language in his contract that he refuses to sign. He could possibly be a trade candidate. So my question is, would you? I thought he would have to go back into the draft next year.
He's got a trade window up until like August 5th.
Okay. Peach, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do exactly what Poles is doing. He's checking it out and feeling it out and seeing what they want and what the deal is. You've got to at least ask if it's a position that you need. I mean, and this is just my thought on it. It's a position of need for the Bears. We all just agreed on it. So I'd have to get the information and find out what is required to make a deal like that. But I won't say I'll make the deal because I don't want to mess up what I've just spent 3 years fixing, the salary cap and getting the right players in here. I don't want to make one move and then have a problem in a year or two because now I've got to pay this guy $40 million a year or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's kind of my take in it, but I definitely would definitely going to pick up the phone and listen. I'd be more. Go ahead, Paul.
No, dude, you're exactly right. You're 100% right. The more I think of it, you're totally right. I would be more okay with them going out and making like a big deal for a for sure home run because your window might be cracked open. So like to gamble with it, even with the guys having some issues, probably not a good idea. You don't want to get bit.
I don't want to take any chances. I mean, Carl was giving me crap earlier when we were texting because my thing is so I'm just still not convinced that we have capable depth if this offensive line, somebody gets hurt. Say Dahlman goes down. Say Tooney goes down. I'm just not convinced that it's gonna be, we'll put this guy in and there'll be no problem. I'm just not convinced till I see it. I don't want to see it. I shouldn't say that. I don't want to see it. But I want to see what the guys behind these guys are capable of, and that's preseason or even in games where we're killing them, mop up time, stuff like that. When they come in for relief, I've got to see what these guys are capable of because we've just seen it over and over. 3 years in a row, we thought, okay, the line should be okay, and it hasn't been. It hasn't been once in 3 years. And we sat here last year and the year before going, okay, we think the line's okay now. We got Patrick's going to play, all this stuff that we brought up over the last few years. And what happened? They sucked. They were not capable. And the minute even somebody went down, look at the games Tevin was out, you could just nitpick. I mean, so we had a couple guys that Murray looked good and Pryor looked good. Pryor's gone. Murray's still here, but I've said this like 4 or 5 times. I'm like, yeah. And what happens the third week October when Dahlman's out or Jonas is out? Just what happens? That's all. But because I don't know, and I'm not wanting that to happen. But I mean, 17 games. NFL's a rough game. Guys in the trenches get hurt. It happens every week. It happens every week in the NFL. So the odds are that these 5 guys are not going to play all 17 games together throughout the season. I mean, those are just the odds. It's not me making it up. The odds are highly against that if you look at every NFL team from week to week. So I might even be more inclined because I still believe that the defense that we have seems awfully capable most of the time of holding teams to 20 points or less. You're shaking your head. No, they're not going to. They're going to give up more than 20 points a game, Carl, or every game?
It's quite possible. But my biggest fear is just the run defense.
And anything's possible. Look at the numbers, look at the stats, look at the games. How many games did we not give up over 20 points?
Right, no, there was a really long streak, but that was with Eberflus. I mean, is it taboo to think that Eberflus was a better defensive coordinator than Dennis Allen? It's probably a wash, but
I can't.
Thought Eberflus was a fine defensive coordinator, just a terrible, terrible head coach.
Right, I agree. I agree with that. I think he's going to kill it in Dallas. I really do.
Yeah,
because
I wanted to jump in.
He is a defensive coordinator, not a head coach. We know that for a fact. At least I do. I believe.
I wanted to jump in real quick because I thought that the pick that the Bears gave to the Giants when they moved up to draft Justin Fields turned into Kayvon Thibodeau, but it was 2 spots off. Number 5, that the Giants earned in 2022, was Kayvon Thibodeau. Number 7, which the Bears gave to the Giants, was Evan Neal, their offensive tackle.
We didn't give up a 7th pick.
Yeah, we did.
To trade up to 12.
We didn't know what it was. We gave up a first-round pick to move up from 20 to 11 to draft Justin Fields.
Yes.
That first-round pick that we didn't know what it was
the next year.
in to pick 7.
You don't want the next year.
Yes, and that turned into Evan Neal. I don't know much about Evan Neal. Does he suck? Do the Giants need Braxton Jones in return now to get a left tackle? I don't know if it's their left tackle or the right tackle. I keep hearing people bang the drum for the Giants' offensive line, as if the Giants have a good offensive line. It's weird. I don't know. Anyway, I'm out of here.
That was just the dumbest trade. Still the dumbest trade.
What was?
I was going to say, Foster, watch your tongue.
It was the right trade.
Which one? There's a couple of them.
Moving up for Justin Fields was the right move.
No, you're right. I'm going wrong.
It didn't work out. Sure, so in hindsight, you could look at it and say something. But at the time,
why did we allow a lame duck head coach and general manager to do that?
Because
that's my biggest question with the whole situation.
It's the Bears, and they could
because of that was the best chance they had, though.
They could talk McCaskey into anything.
I wonder if they could talk him into building a stadium at Arlington Heights.
So, Shorty, I don't know if you heard the question or not, but the question was, because of Cincinnati's language in their contract that they're offering Shamar Stewart, he might be a possible trade candidate. Shamar Stewart is a defensive end from Texas A&M that they drafted with the number 18th overall pick. And then there was mention of Kayvon Thibodeau possibly being on the trade block from the Giants. Would you entertain trading a draft pick for either one of those? Shamar Stewart or Kayvon Thibodeau? With Stewart, you probably have to give up next year's first. With Thibodeau, you might can get away with a second, giving up a second next year. But if you are cool with the trade, what trade package would you offer for either one of them?
I'd have to look at their numbers side by side. Maybe Carl can pull that up. What do they look like numbers wise?
Measure wise?
Sacks aren't everything. Sacks aren't everything. I don't have access to the hurries and everything. I don't
tackles,
have
quarterback hurries, all that shit.
Because Stewart is
better?
just a rookie. Are you looking for his college stats? Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah. Are you? I can tell you something very damning about Shamar Stewart right now, and that's the fact that he almost played as many years in college as he had as many sacks. 3 sacks in 3 years, 3.5 sacks in 4 years. Something just disgustingly terrible.
So when you asked me that question, Peach, I thought, isn't Shamar Stewart the rookie? I keep fucking up with Shamar Turner.
Yes.
Yes.
And they were teammates. That's where this confusion stems from. So the Bears have his teammate Turner. Turner.
My answer would be no to Shamar Stewart because I don't want to keep making that same mistake every damn week. How about that? I don't want to keep confusing Shamar Turner and Shamar Stewart every damn week. We're talking about him as Bears fans. That's already confusing enough to me as it is. Based on, I can understand why they might. Actually, I can't understand why they would want to trade. If the Giants want to trade Thibodeau, it has to be based on his contract, right? He's going into his final year of the contract, first round pick.
Can I add some context to that? The Giants, in addition to 5th overall pick Kayvon Thibodeau, have Brian Burns, who they traded, I think, 2 first-round picks for.
No, they've traded a 2nd and 5th.
Okay, whatever the case is, I think that included paying him handsomely, so he's on the books for a lot of money. They just drafted Abdul Carter 3rd overall. So they have 3 extremely highly valuable edge rushers for essentially 2 positions.
Thank you, Carl. You're correct. Yes. Okay. So based on what I remember, again, being just a Bears fan, not really paying very much attention to, like, still don't even know who Dio what, but I got we fucking signed.
It's the mailman.
Well, if you want highlights, I know where you can watch some.
Anybody see where Paul went to?
Where the hell did Paul go?
Yeah, where did Paul go?
He just laid that right on in there.
Nice.
Honestly, Paulski, I have told you this.
It wouldn't happen to be, what's the name of that guy that does all those films? It wouldn't happen to be Bearskifilm, would it, Paul?
And to your credit, Paulski, I told you this, in private. Like, that video you made sucked. Like, I'm used to you having better stuff than that, because there must be something going on in your life that you made that video, because I always, you're my go-to for videos because your production of it is just so beautiful. And I, as a producer of a podcast, knows what it takes to get to that point to where you can actually be monetized for it and all that. And I love what you do. So I always promote you as much as I can because I'm proud of you as a friend. I think you do a fantastic fucking job. You and, like, besides you, it's like the big one. What's his name?
The Windy City.
No, not the Windy City.
No,
the other
he's
one.
good, man. He's good. He's got some good ones.
It's the other one. It always starts off with the same rap video, the same rap song. It's
NFL Films.
Just Bombs Productions.
Yeah, Just Bombs. I've seen his.
Next to Just Bombs, it's you for me. What was that, Foster?
I'm bearing down. That guy's got some good stuff too.
Yeah, he's fallen off the cliff though. Paulski has been nailing it, and I love your content. So I would definitely go watch. In fact, I'm probably sure I've seen it. So I would say that, to answer your question, Paige, I think that we're in that window right now with the coaching staff and with the players that we've. And I know we're talking about the offensive line, which still could be a worry, because I'm with you, Foster, as far as the guy we traded for from the Rams, like, injured. He might as well be Tevin Jenkins that we paid twice as much for, or 3 times as much for, with the same injury history, who's now Jonah Jackson, who's now supposed to be our starter. That does worry me. But my content with that is that Bill Murray is the answer if one of those 2 positions goes down. So just to finish my statement, to answer your question, Paige, I would be willing to give up. I think we're in that. I feel like we're in that win now window. I really do. Like, the coaching staff's in place, the roster is in place, and if we did, now would be the time to go after a big name producer on the defensive line that could add to the Montez Sweat on the other side. And as much as I believe in Booker, I'm not sure that he is the answer yet. None of us are. We saw like a flash or 2 from him last year as a rookie, but I do have confidence that he's going to excel in this new defensive scheme with Dennis Allen. But kind of back to Foster's point, you never know. You just don't know. Like, you can go into the season every year with high expectations, and you can applaud all these players and all the acquisitions and blah blah blah. But in the end, we've been burned by it too many times. We know it doesn't. It's not a fail safe to believe in that, right? So Booker could suck. But on the other hand, what's his name? The guy that we drafted, Robinson. Apparently, he's turning heads. So who the hell
Without pads
knows?
on.
Without pads on, right? But so who the hell knows? I mean, but if you could get a guy like Thibodeau that has that production that's on tape, and you could add that to this defense, maybe he makes that defensive line, he puts it ahead. So finalized, to answer your question, I would trade a first round pick next year for him, because I don't think our first round pick next year is going to be as low as it was in the last 4, 5, 10 years. I think it'll be in the 20s. We might not make. I predicted 10-7. That would technically mean that we should make the playoffs, but I mean, we saw Lovie Smith get fired over a 10-6 season, so who knows?
So it's funny because, like, I agreed with everything right up until the end when you said you'd do it. Yeah. It's because of all those reasons I wouldn't do it for this guy, because too much of a price for too much unknown still. We're in that position where if you want to swing for the fences and try and hit a home run, okay. But then, like,
go for a Garrett Wilson, right?
Or get Trey Hendrickson or somebody that you know will produce, and not necessarily a guy that still hasn't even played a snap yet.
We didn't win 11 or 12 games this last year, Pete. We're not ready to win the Super Bowl. We're not in that window.
But hold on.
I mean, that's part of it too. Go ahead.
What Shorty said was he would make that trade for Thibodeau, not
Stewart. Oh, my bad.
For Thibodeau, yeah. Thibodeau, not Stewart.
Okay.
I still don't know if I do that, because it's. Are you guaranteeing me we're winning right now this season? This is the season we're going to win big. Are you guaranteeing me that? Because I'm not 100% sure. I believe it. I want to believe it. I'm hoping for it. But I'm not there where I feel 100% comfortable doing it.
So I had this kind of.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I'm sorry. I had this kind of ready though.
Bearsky, before you say that, let me just say to DJ Prophet's comment here, I'd prefer just keep building through the draft. When you get to a certain point, like the Rams did, and they went all in, and they were trading like left and right for players. They gave up their future for that win now. Like. This is a two-part question. I'll let you finish, and then you can respond with, would it be worth to trade away a little bit of our future to win? Let's say we could win let's say that was the Matt Nagy 12-4 season, and the blocked kick / double doink didn't happen, and we won the Super Bowl that year. Like, at what point where do you make the trade? It's like the Cubs trading away their future for what's his name? The reliever. No, the reliever.
They traded for Mac though. They were in that window and they traded for Mac.
And they did, but they won the World Series for it, and they've sniffed it a couple of times.
Bears.
No, I'm talking about the Cubs. The Cubs, but yeah, Chapman, Geraldo Chapman. They traded away the future for that season, and that does kind of bring me to I wouldn't want to trade away everything to win one Super Bowl. I would rather, to DJ Prophet's point, just keep building through the draft so that you're not the Rams and you win that one Super Bowl, then you fucking suck. I would rather if we could just bank on the Bookers being better this year and the Andersons being, or the is that his name? No, the Robinsons of the defensive line being better this year. And maybe we re-sign Robinson for a smaller contract than he would have been worth if he, had 10 sacks his first 3 seasons or whatever. So I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up, right?
Okay, I think. Well, my feelings on the possible trade is this: one for Thibodeau, because in his first year, he's already played 3 years. What we would have left is his 4th year, and if we signed his 5th-year option. So we could possibly still have him on the contract for 2 years. So the most I would give up for him would probably be a second, much like we did for Sweat, because in his first year he got 5.5 sacks, second year 11.5 sacks, and then last year he got 4 sacks. So that would be the most I do for Thibodeau. When it comes to Stewart, and this is strictly on polls and his evaluation, because I'm sure at some point they did a workup on him and worked him out at some point because he was projected to go high. So if they said in their evaluation of him that, hey, he is worth a first round pick, then I would consider, if that was an option, I would, you have to talk to him before you make that trade for him. Say, hey, are you willing to sign with us? And this is what the contract would look like. If he goes, yeah, okay, then you make the trade, because if he's not going to sign your contract, you don't make the trade for him. But I would then consider giving him a first, because you can have given up a first for him because you could have him under contract for 5 years. And that's, again, depending on what Poe's evaluation of him is. Because I want them to go in blind. Although he don't have the stats and didn't put up great numbers in college, if they look at him and say, oh, he's projected to be better in the pros, kind of like Daniil Hunter was. He didn't do well in college, but got in pros and became a star. If he's projected to be a star and he's worth that first round pick, in your opinion, I'll make that trade.
But let me ask you this question, PJ. Why in the hell would they be wanting to trade a pick that they just drafted? Like, why?
Oh yeah, you missed that part of the conversation.
Okay, yeah, I did.
Yeah. What it is, Cincinnati has a clause in that contract that says that if he does one thing against the personal conduct of, correct me if I'm wrong, Carl, against a personal conduct part of the contract, the whole contract can be voided as of the guaranteed money. Is that correct? Correct.
Yeah, I was gonna say I wanted to give you exactly what I said, but we should start doing something like this, like a game of telephone. Shorty goes away, I tell PJ something, PJ tells Shorty something. That'd be really fun. But yeah, that's exactly right, PJ. If Shamar Stewart, I almost fucked it up. If Shamar Stewart has one violation of the code of conduct or whatever it is, the Bengals are entitled to void all of the guaranteed money across 5 years. Why would the kid sign that contract? That's stupid.
What was the wide receiver on the Browns? Josh?
Gordon?
No, Gordon. Yes, Gordon. I mean, listen, typically you get that offer like after you've shown you got some issues, right? Exactly. Like, you don't get that offer up front like that. So I could see why he's a little taken back.
There's no precedent. Right? He would be setting a precedent. He would be doing a disservice to all of the rookie first-round picks if he signed the contract, let alone himself.
So that's why I bring it. That's why I brought it up, Shorty, is because of the contract dispute he's having with Cincinnati. Because if I'm not mistaken, to DJ Provitt's point, I don't think other teams are offering or have that clause in their contracts.
Interesting. That's very interesting.
Yeah, DJ Profit, there is a window where he could be traded, and I think that window closes around August 5th. I don't know if that's like the start of something in the NFL leagues around training camp time. I just don't know. I'm pretty certain that he could be traded.
Yeah, I'm not sure that a lot of teams are offering that type of clause, not for a rookie coming in.
Yeah, you'd be buying really high too, I feel.
I just, to this point, guys, I'm like, so I haven't seen one play from this offense. I haven't seen him score 25, 30 points a game. We're not there in my head. I'm not there. I'm just not there. I'm not. I maybe for a second, Peach, and if we could re-sign him, like you said, if we were going to have him for 5 years, then I might even go the first, because we know we have a very good idea of what he is as a player. So I mean that's the positive part of it.
Which one are you talking about, sir?
Thibodeau.
Okay.
Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Because the other guy hasn't played one down in the NFL.
Right.
He could be a Heisman Trophy winner in college, and we know some of those guys don't even make it to the NFL. So I'm just,
right.
I wouldn't even look at that. I wouldn't that as far as a first round draft pick who's not signed by their team trying to trade him. I think I'm going to have to walk away from that. Although at Texas A&M, it seems that who's ever running that defense doesn't use some of their guys properly, because they played better in the NFL than they played in Texas A&M. If you go with a couple guys, I'm not going to go on into it far, but how good is this off? What you show me? Say this offense is consistent, man. I will trade a first round pick for a guy this year if it's week 9 and we're 7-1.
Sounds like a deadline move, Foster. Let's get 6 weeks in.
But that's different because we're killing it. The offense is scoring 28 points a game. We've had a couple blowouts, and we're 6 or 7-1 in week 9. And I'm just saying now something like that might change my whole thought process. But we don't even know what this offense is really going to be. We think we do, but we really don't, because again, like Johnson said, this ain't the offense that I ran in Detroit. This is Caleb Williams' offense. So I just don't know what this offense is going to do. And to go out before the season even starts and trade a first or a second round pick for a guy who's going to help your defense. And again, let's go with the Thibodeau, because I'm just going to walk away from the Shamar. I can't even see Poles doing that unless
of you guys.
He always says this himself. You've got to wow me. If the deal's a wow, then I could see it happening. But this day and age, with all these guys holding out and all this stuff, and the NIL money in college, and the cost of everything, and then the draft capital that it seems that we always got to pay more than half the other teams in the league for shit. I don't know if I'm wrong, but it sure feels like that. We're always paying more than anybody else. Getting less and paying more seems is what the Bears are good at. I don't know.
None of you guys have brought up the fact that we have a new
Ryan Pace scenario where we've got money and contract problems in 2 years too. I don't
we
want to
have
go
a
back to
new
that. We've been doing that for
coaching
decades.
regime. We have a new coaching staff. We don't want to use our draft capital to build their team, so to speak. I know it's the general manager, but still, I would have to imagine the coaching staff is going to feel like they want to bring in their own players and not just trade for one at a time.
Going into last year or 2 years ago when Flu started, I still wouldn't be spending all this shit on guys because I don't know what we have. How can you judge what this offense is without seeing one play? Just my thought. I
guess the argument in my mind for Stewart is if you would trade for him now because you get to have him in training camp to get him accustomed to the system. Again, this is all contingent upon Poles and Allen both saying, yes, I want that guy. He fits my system, blah, blah, blah. Then you can control him for 5 years, as opposed to where you see a lot of other guys getting traded at the deadline and you only got them for maybe, a half a season, maybe a year and a half. This guy you would have for 5 years. Granted, he's unproven, but he's a draft pick. So you're trading for him. You're basically just drafting him all over for next year's first round draft pick. So that's what you're drafting him for, because you're going to control him for 5 years. And Dennis Allen is saying, yeah, this guy fits my system. Yeah, I want him. That's the argument.
So, one, I absolutely love this conversation, right? Yeah, because philosophy-wise, me and David always go back and forth on this. But real quick, with just the trade value aspect of it. One, I would think, well, I had 2 early second-round picks. What would it have cost me to move up to that spot and draft him anyway? And, you can't pay more than that. There's no way you're more desperate now 2 months later to you know what I mean? So I think that's part of the thought process. 2, when I look at it, it's like second-round picks, and I actually had this pulled up just because of the title of the show. Second-round picks. Drew Brees was one. Isaac Bruce was one. Rob Gronkowski was one. There's some really good players. Michael Strahan was one that have been drafted in the second round. That's still no joke. You could still find Hall of Fame caliber players a lot more. And so, are we excited for Luther Burden? Yeah, that's a second round pick. So, you have to remember that when you say, hey, I'll trade this first, that's got a lot of value to it, especially if, just in general. So, I'm sorry, go ahead.
To answer the first part of your question, what you would have traded, in my mind, from a second round pick to move up to the first to get him, you probably would have to give up your second, would have given up a second this year and your first next year. So by getting him now, it would be cheaper.
Okay, that's fair. So that's part one. That has to add up. You know what I mean? There's no way it could be more expensive than it would have to do that. Yeah, I guess it really does come down to value, but philosophy-wise, just general philosophy-wise, you build through the draft, yes, but Sean McVay's great. He really is. And he started making those trades because, man, when that window opens, you have to take advantage of it, period. Like, that's what the 2018 Bears did with Khalil Mack. They had a small window. Shit, we're going to go all in. It did give them an opportunity. You mentioned the double doink. Was that the year that the Eagles went off to win, by the way? No, okay, it was not. Regardless, though, you want to maximize that opportunity because I brought this up to Carl. Like, man, a lot of your average fan does not know who Jim Kelly and Andre Reed are. Right? Like, 4 in a row. You did not win one. You get lost, man. So, like, to win one, to me, is worth sucking for the next 5 years. And I've had this conversation with David back and forth because at first he was like, no. And I was like, dude, I haven't seen them win one. It's been 30 fucking 5 plus. How long has it been? So, of course, I would trade 5 years to win one. Like, of course, you would sit there and mortgage the future to go all in when that window's open. The question is it open? Is it worth doing now? Like Foster brought up, is it the right time to do so? And I don't think it is yet.
Is that
so I wouldn't pull that move just yet. But at some point, PJ, I feel like you do have to take a shot, man. You know what I mean? And when you do it, it's got to be for a guy like Julius Peppers or Khalil Mack or someone who you know is going to come in here and make a difference. And there's got to be no maybes. Well, you might have to say more, though.
Is that a red, Shorty? Is it out of 10?
Yeah, it's an orange. My cousin bought it for me.
Oh, scared. Yeah.
Yeah. Sean Lugo is from 4-Star Chicago Sports. Yeah.
Sports Zone Chicago. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Yeah, 4-star.
And my cousin bought this for me. It's a. Oh, it's not
9?
Numbered. It's not numbered. It's a PSA 9, but it's not numbered.
The reds are numbered. I think they're out of 10, either 10 or 50.
This one is the orange Bears color orange card.
And I think that those are obtainable via some sort of like blaster. I don't know what it is, so I don't think that's that rare, but still very cool. Very cool.
Sorry to interrupt you guys.
No, that's like underlying topic about it. It's not Sean McVay that's gonna like go down because he won one. It was all worth it. It's gonna be Kyle Shanahan that we look at and go, oh man. Because they mortgaged it and they didn't win it.
But you're not mortgaging. That's the thing about this. To me, the way I'm looking at it, you're not mortgaging it because you get him for 5 years.
Are you drinking tonight, PJ? What's going on?
but what if you take that 18th pick next year and you've got a guy you're gonna get for 5 years?
Well, you're gonna get this guy for 5 years.
I'd do it for a second.
But
for first,
I think 3 of those years you're going to be paying big dollar for. You're not getting 5 years.
What do you mean?
Because he's got 2 years left on his contract.
No, we're talking about Stewart.
Oh, you're talking about Stewart.
Yeah, Stewart. That's what I'm saying.
I'd still rather take my pick next year and go find a guy.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
do you think the pick is going to be higher than where he got drafted? No, where he got drafted? 17th?
Yeah, like 18th.
18th. Do you think we're going to have a higher pick?
I think we're going to have a lower pick. But the thing is, for me, I'm thinking if Allen and Poles both think he's worth it, that's the contingent. I mean, if they really think he's worth it, you're not mortgaging your future. You're giving. I mean, you're going to have him for 5 years on a rookie contract, and your rookie contract will be paying him less than what you would if you go get one of these veterans.
No one has said this yet either. This is where it gets a little crazy. The Bears brought in Shamar Stewart for a top 30 visit. So they clearly thought something of the guy. When I talked about this, I thought maybe he'll fall to 39 because the guy, again, whatever these pressure rates are, the kid ended up with 3 sacks in 4 years, whatever it was. Yeah. You need to see a little bit more. There isn't a good proven track record of college kids not getting a lot of sacks in college and then all of a sudden getting a lot of sacks in the NFL. And not to say that doesn't, that means anything, right? But just saying, if you're going to trade a first-round pick for a guy, I'd like to see double-digit sacks.
Yeah, I got 2 things to add to that. The first one is I wanted to just shout out Sean Lugo, John King Bravo Stockton, and it's Crimson, you dig, for popping in and being involved in the chat tonight. Also, 4 stars chat was in here. I don't know if that's still Sean or if that's one of the other guys that are in the chat. So there was that. And then why can't we just take our pick next year and do that? Oh, I know. So I was going to just bring that up, Carl, and then I wanted to ask one more thing in that. So how do they get along? Because we've already got the other Shamar from Texas A&M on the team. So is there going to be a problem with them? Were they okay in college together playing? I have to look at what's good for my team too. You get what I'm saying?
Pretty sure Shamar Turner, our player, had a lot of higher production as an edge player, and then he decided, or was at least okay with, putting on more weight, playing the 3 technique position. So you'd assume they could get along just fine.
Well, I
don't know. I feel like Stewart is kind of emotionally damaged goods at this point, in the sense that he's been in this contract dispute. He's lost all the potential time. Whatever you guys think of minicamp, I think it's valuable time. He's going to change system, change schemes, go to a new system, and get integrated, hit the ground running, hopefully. I'm very skeptical of that. I'm agreeing with Foster's original point. Save the pick, go get a kid next year.
Hey, Carl, you guys answered me this question. If we pull up the interview that he had with Pat McAfee, is that a copyright?
Stewart? Shamar Stewart?
Copyright? Yeah.
I'm almost certain that if it goes longer than 7 seconds, because they're owned by Evil Disney.
Yes.
Evil Disney will
I'll just say yes.
Spread you open like
infringe it for sure. Especially if Shorty says "fuck Chicago media" a couple times.
What about Paul? What do you think about the audio? What do you think about the audio? If we just play the audio in the background somehow?
Oh, same thing.
Same thing, literally.
Yeah, for sure.
And I wanted to ask you guys this because I've been seeing stuff in the chat. Wait, hold on, Paul.
I don't know, Carl.
And my we keep disappearing on my screen. It keeps going to all black. So I'm wondering, are anybody out there? Because if you go through the chat, people are asking, are you guys having a problem with YouTube? And there's been comments about it. So is everybody still seeing and hearing this without any interruptions or breaks in the chat? Let us know.
How about this?
I don't know if you guys caught all that.
How about this too? Are you guys experiencing ads? If you guys are experiencing ads, let us know in the chat.
That's been happening.
Carl told me that there's like certain ads that run during my podcast that are very, I don't know, Carl, I think you put it better.
They're like, not to be rude to you, and it's not like it's your choice, but it's like, it's lewd AI generated stuff. It always starts whenever I'm listening to, especially like when I'm listening to Paul and David literally scream at each other. It'll cut out in the middle of it while I'm washing dishes and my hands are wet, so I can't touch my phone immediately. And it'll say, God, what does it say? My husband, I don't know. It's crazy stuff. I'm gonna have to find an example one day, but it's crazy stuff.
It's the anti-AIDS medicine commercials. You know what we're talking about.
It's definitely an AI woman saying you need to tell your significant other about this because you'll grow 6 inches or whatever the fuck, man. It's crazy.
Oh, the chew stuff. That's on every video.
Oh, Foster, you know all too well about Blue Chew, buddy.
I can tell what YouTube I've never taken any of that crap in my life. Never had to yet.
God bless you.
Know nothing about it. Don't want
PJ, I think I'd be more inclined to spend more for more of a for sure thing. It's not the first round pick that scares me so much. It's more of the fact that it's still a risk. I would almost rather like go out there and make just a giant splash move. If you think you're in that position as a team, if those guys, if Ryan Poles, Dennis Allen, Ben Johnson think that's where they're at, yeah, I'd rather go all in more, I think, than still. Otherwise,
would you have been mad if the Bears would have drafted Stewart in the first round this year?
Yeah, I would have deleted. I would have deleted my YouTube channel.
Well, according to me, they
traded back and got him.
Yes,
traded back and got him.
No. I think the exact question, PJ, you're asking at pick. Jesus Christ, what did we just pick at instead of Loveland? Pick 10.
Yeah, we was at 10. We would have traded 10 to 18 and drafted Stewart. How would you
we picked him at 18 and picked up a pick?
Guys, I apologize. I apologize for interrupting you, but I saw a new feature that came out on YouTube that said if I wanted to decline or accept live stream ads. And I declined it. And the reason, and they asked me the reason why. It's because I wouldn't want my live stream chat bugging out of our chat because they're getting fucking ads in the middle of a live stream. So I apologize. I'm going to be right back. I'm going to go find this function and turn it the fuck off. I apologize to all of you who are getting ads while you're watching a live show.
You can fix that.
Yeah, you can fix that too, if you would please, if you can find that, Carl. I apologize to you guys.
That's why I was asking.
I did not. I promise you, I declined that. In our members' content, I do not subscribe to ad content, and I apologize that you are getting that, and we will do our best to fix that. It's not. It's a mistake on my part or whatever. So, if you're getting that, please hold on. And
it's just greed. It's
and if those ads are geared towards getting it up, blame Foster, not me.
That's
no,
right.
Foster never touches the shit.
I don't need them. I just talk about it all the time, and maybe they hear my conversation. You know.
Oh, by the way, while we're talking about an ad, this is I specifically made this, and we've never even fucking played it. So let me just say to you that we are sponsored by a local coffee company in my town, and I made this little video for you, and I've never played it yet. I keep forgetting. So, Connect in Coffee. If you guys love coffee, please make sure that you check this out. And so it's called Gremlin Growlers. They have a coffee shop in there. They sell beer and coffee, and you can get a pound of coffee for $3 off per pound. Get $3 off per pound. Go to gremlingrowlers.com, promo code BCP 2025, and get a bag of fresh coffee. It's the only coffee I drink. I would never sponsor. I would never like promote something. Well, I guess I did with BetUS until whoever. I apologize. I forgot who told me. Like I had a friend that he said I had a friend that he said I had a friend that died from betting, and I was like, well, fuck that. We're done with that shit. So fuck you, BetUS. You're no longer part of our because we didn't get paid for that.
We're talking about Scottish Bear right now, right?
Scottish Bears.
Yeah, Scottish Bear's the king, man. Yeah.
Scottish Bears knew some
that were involved there. PJ, beer, coffee, and pounding. Three of my favorite things.
Shorty, you are hilarious.
Oh my god,
two of them that PJ doesn't do. Thank you,
what
the
guys?
PJ does the poundings, but he doesn't do the beer or the coffee. So,
guys, I'm sorry if you're getting ads. Let us fix that. By the way, here's an ad.
Here's an ad, but it's a real ad. Like,
out the ads, but check this coffee out, dude.
Listen, when I I'll be honest.
Papa Blue Chew.
It was smooth.
I will be honest with you. When I say that they are our sponsor, they don't pay me. They don't pay us to sponsor them. It was me reaching out to them to help their business by saying, hey, anything that we can, I love your coffee. You're a good friend of mine. If I can help to sell your coffee online, I would love to do that. So they do not pay 1 cent into this channel. It's more me like making it look like, hey, we have a sponsor. So it makes us look official. So we make nothing off of it. And I know that they are struggling as a small business. So if you love coffee, and I promise you, if you do love coffee, you will love this coffee. Go to gremlingrowlers.com, scroll down, find their coffee section, use that BCP 2025 promo code, and get yourself some fresh beans or ground beans. And and please report back to me, because it is the only coffee I drink now. I refuse to drink any other coffee. It is so, you can walk in there and go get a beer and a coffee, and you can smell the roasting. They roast them right there. It's amazing. So this is just me. This is just me doing it for a friend.
Allow me, Shorty. For those of you who drink coffee or beer, please
thank you.
Reach out to this. What's the name of it again?
Gremlingrowlers.com.
Gremlingrowlers.com, and support them. They're a small business. Show them some support by using the code BCP 2025. You can get 30% off. Please show them some support. We're not getting anything from it, but we wanting to support the small business, and we ask for your support as well. Thank you.
Yes,
I
promise.
Why I love you guys, man.
I promise you,
like,
you will not regret it.
Yeah, at the end of the day, and I was just telling this to a friend of mine. It's like, you know, some people are driven by different things. I was like, but these guys, you can tell they just love it, man. PJ Foster, like, dude, it's the grind, and like, none of us do this for any financial incentives whatsoever, right?
There's no bag, right?
Yeah,
There's no bag.
Hilarious.
We're making money.
No, exactly. So,
and I want half.
Yeah, right.
If we make some money,
Carl's the only one making money.
If we made any money, dude, this is where I'm at.
Yeah, for sure. And so I might have to go try some coffee, because hell yeah, man. It's all love, dude, and that's all it always is from you guys. That's what.
I mean, honestly,
Paul, can I get you to drink a Ghost tomorrow?
A what?
A Ghost energy drink?
Ghost any hit me up.
Oh, that's what I have that. So, listen. I mean, I try everyone that contributes to this channel. I try to do really nice things for them. I do. Like, I try to buy you guys dinner. I just bought Carl a Colson Loveland jersey because he loves He loves Michigan. And
no, you son of a bitch! It's because I love the Bears.
And I got lucky because he got 2 jerseys for the price of 1. So now I'm getting a free jersey. I'm like, that's even better. Look at that shit, my friend.
Yeah, we're so back. We're so back. We got 2 of them. We're so back, dude.
I don't, and I don't. That's why I don't like to sit here and ask for money or anything. But it would be nice just to make back a little bit of the production cost of things. That's all. I'm not looking to make a bag on this.
Please become a member of BCP today.
And that's why I appreciate every one of you guys for all of your help with this to make this possible, to grind it out every Thursday, every single damn week of the year, when there's nothing to talk about like tonight, and yet we still have fun, and the chat is blowing up. We got 87 people at one point, which is, it's not a lot, but it is a lot. It is a lot. And it's a lot more than the 20 we were getting in the beginning, right? So
very much so.
We love and appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you guys. Yes, we do. We appreciate each and every one of you for spending your Thursday evenings with us. Thank you.
You're gonna hop on the mobile and go to Walmart? No.
Not tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight.
Well, Cliff wants to see coffee live in the parking lot, man. So.
All right. True story. True story time.
Thank you, 4 stars.
I haven't drinking coffee since I was like 10 years old. I drank it.
Who the hell drinks coffee at 10?
Oh, I'll tell you a story. This is a story.
Okay.
My mom used to work second shift when I was a youngster. So when she would come home like 11 o'clock at night after getting off work, we wanted to stay up with her. Me and my brothers, we wanted to stay up with her and watch this. They had a thing called Acreage Creature Feature. It was a feature, scary movie Friday nights. So in order for me to stay up, I had to drink coffee in order to stay up. So that's why I was drinking coffee at 10 years old, so I can stay up with my mom and my brother to watch some type of monster movie.
Creature Features used to be
Ghost
on
would do a
Channel
better
9
job for you,
in
PJ.
Chicago, WGN Channel 9 every Friday night, Pete. And sometime that they play Take 5. I can't remember the song.
I know they see here. They would play movies like The Werewolf, Frankenstein, something like that.
Yeah.
And that was the thing. I mean, that was the thing we did as a family. Stayed up with my mom because, you know, my dad always went to bed at like 8 o'clock. He was like having to be up at 4. So he went to bed early.
He's drinking coffee at 10 while I'm downing like six beers and a Pepsi.
Man, the gears are turning. Here's once a week. You get a different flavor every week, as much as you can. You have PJ try the coffee on air while he reads the ad, and then give his take on the coffee that he's trying.
Yeah, but he's going to be wired, man.
Yeah, I will do that for Ghost Energy.
Caffeine in him in decades.
I will do that for free for Ghost Energy. Just send me the product.
Yeah, I don't drink coffee anymore. So yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's crimson, you dig, but
like I said, I've been drinking this since I was 10.
Shorty,
50 years ago.
Shorty, I got 4-star all squared away. I had a phone call with Sean. They're all set up.
Okay, excellent.
The problem is that their show is going live very late at 11:30.
Yeah,
So I don't know if we'll be able to pump the viewers out.
If we're overlapping our shows, once our show ends, we can
exactly.
send 70 plus people to them.
Well, let's be real here.
And the reason why I love these guys,
not only because on YouTube.
Not only do I love these guys' show, 4 Stars Chicago Sports, but they're also from my fucking hometown, area. Like literally went to the high school next to me, and it's like I love you guys. I will support the shit out of you.
We are RL.
Sean Lugo,
I'm
big
there
time into
Thursday
card
night.
collecting.
I'm laying in bed listening to it, and I know Shorty is too because we're in the chat.
Because when we end
the other guys that just pop over there all the time every Thursday, man.
When we end this show, I still have to sit here. That's why it's like if it goes too long, I'm like, Jesus, I can't get to bed till 2-3 o'clock in the morning sometimes because I have to sit here and wait for everything to download so I can upload it into audio stream. Because I know for a fact, a lot of people listen to the audio stream stuff, and Jason UK Bears prefers to listen to the Spotify audio stream of us because he's working and he doesn't get the commercials. So because most people do not pay for premium to not get commercials on YouTube. So, and this is why it pisses me off that people are telling me they're getting live commercials, and I apologize for that.
We fixed that.
Okay, thank you, Carl. So, we are RL, Round Lake 4 Stars. That must be Dustin. So I Dustin, we love you and support you, and I'll be home this weekend. I'm leaving this hotel tomorrow night and going back to Crystal Lake. So I will see you. Let's get together, you and Brandon and Sean. If we can get together this week, well, Sean's going away on vacation, but if we can get together like even Saturday, that'd be great. I would love to meet you guys, and I'll buy you lunch, man, or dinner, or whatever the hell it would take.
I thought we were getting the company credit card tomorrow.
And then you're getting the company credit card tomorrow with the BCP logo on it. And for anyone that wants a BCP logo on their credit card, send them in to Foster, and he will personally stamp, silk screen the fucking BCP logo on your credit card, and you might get it back, in 6 months or so.
Don't forget to send the pin. Don't forget to send the pin number. But you know what, Jason listens to us because he's like, really, he's lying to you, dude. It's like, why the hell would I want to turn this show on and see 3 fucked up guys and DJ?
Okay.
I have
Tonight it's 4.
I have a new coworker, and at work when I mentioned that I do YouTube for Bears, she said, "Oh, there's these 2 guys from my town where I went to school. They're sponsored by, I believe it's River Street Inn or Cafe." And as soon as she said that, I was like, "Oh!" And I brought it up on YouTube, 4 Star Chicago Podcast, and she's like, "Yeah, you know them?" And I was like, "No, I mean, it's a small world amongst us content creators, so you definitely know the people."
I saw that. Yeah,
do it. Yeah, I made sure. I don't know if they still use it. I made sure to pick an older one because I had made an intro for them. So I was like, "Yeah," I actually made this for them or whatever. So yeah, small world. Definitely people know, people pay attention. Those guys grind it out just like everybody else does. And yeah, good guys, man. I like all of them. So
please show them some support for those of you in the chat. 4 Stars Sports Chicago, right? For Chicago Sports. 4 Stars
Chicago Sports, yeah. In fact, I was working on an opener and some music for them, and I started talking to Brandon, and then we were talking, and we did a StreamYard meeting like this, but not live, right? And I was like, I said, would you like me to teach you how to fish or just hand you a fish? He's like, I would love if you could teach me how to fish. So I
told
gave
him the
him
same thing.
I gave him some technical information to make their show better himself. That way it wasn't me doing it for that way you can personalize it with all your own guys, your own self, and not have to rely on me to like, do you like this? Do you hate that? And blah 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 blah. So I hope you're getting all that figured out, Dustin. I mean, Sean, everyone, you guys.
I was worried, Peach, that he was talking about real fishing because I was like, sure, he ain't caught shit in like 7 years.
Dude, I'm the worst fucking fisherman ever. If you taught me how to fish, I still wouldn't be able to do it.
And if you gave it to me, I'd make it into fish jello, right? So I'd put that thing in jello right away. Bad combination here for that.
What's up, Greg? Hello to you, Bear Nation, Greg. Thanks for joining us tonight.
And Pig Vomit. Stop checked in too, man.
Pig Vomit. I love Pig Vomit. It's a great name. And John S., thank you so much. Saying he's saying 4 stars. You are awesome, real dudes. That's why we love 4 stars too, and we will promote the shit out of you. Like, love you guys, 4 stars. Love you, Greg. Love you, John S.
Oh, so Shorty, you said you're going to Crystal Lake tomorrow?
Yeah.
See, I told you guys about my nephew. My nephew watches our show, but he doesn't happen to chat. He texts me. So he texts me and he says, did I get the movie reference to what Shorty said about Crystal Lake, seeing as though tomorrow's Friday the 13th?
Oh my God, is it really?
Yeah.
Holy shit, yeah.
That's my nephew. My nephew don't miss much, man. I'm telling you, that guy, man, I love that guy, man. He's a great young man. Great young man.
Oh, PJ, I thought PJ was about to tell us he was going to meet us at Johnny's Beef.
Not on Friday the 13th.
Yeah. What, are you scared?
I'll pass. I'll pass.
For any one of you that are for any one of you that doesn't want to kill us, I said this in chat. If you want to meet us at Johnny's Beef tomorrow night on Elmhurst Avenue, what is it, 64?
Bro. On North Avenue.
Let's go have some beefs together.
Foster, is Foster going to be there?
West North Avenue.
Is Foster going to be there?
Right by my. It's right. I could get my car.
He can piss from there.
Yeah, but are you going to have an oil spill in the back of your truck or something crazy?
Well,
is a tree going to fall on your carburetor?
I hope not, dude. But I will be out murdering people tomorrow because I've got to fill some new panels.
Foster, put your address in the private chat. I'll make sure that we see you tomorrow.
Dude, what? I love this comment by Pig Vomit. He said Antonio Brown is being accused of attempted murder. Man, if you have that guy on Twitter, he is always killing it. I am not surprised. Hilarious.
Oh my God. So, Paul, Cliff said this like 30,
I don't know if that's real or
minutes
not,
ago.
Jesus,
really? Cliff said that Mike Florio was reporting on this. Jesus. I said I called
crazy.
Paul, so I called Cliff a liar. Apparently,
really?
it's legit.
Oh,
apparently
wow, no way.
It just hasn't gone like super public, and I think they're being very careful with this. I'm seeing pictures of him in a big crowd of people. He's got a gun hanging out. I don't know.
Jesus.
And he's live on Twitter right now. It's weird. It's like the video's not actually playing. I don't know what's happening. This is a weird situation.
He's crazy enough. We all know that. So, yeah, guys, I got to take off here, but definitely excited for some beef tomorrow. So excited to do that. Excited to see you guys again. And yeah, we'll see how that Antonio Brown thing pans out. If that's actually true, oh man, that is no good. I know I make jokes about just about anything. Oh, what did I put in
living
the
on a
private
bleeding
chat?
edge.
Yeah, we were talking about thumbnails earlier. I'm gonna end it with this one. Okay, should I talk about the AI thumbnail, Carl?
Yeah.
So we had cracked a joke somewhat early on that about Virginia McCaskey, and it fits, before she even passed, we were like, oh, we'd sacrifice her to have a Super Bowl this year or something. And then she passed, and we were like, oh no. And then I was trying to Google image like her in the middle of the field being sacrificed, use it as a thumbnail, and like what an AI can do is crazy, right? So I think it spat out an image for me. She wanted to have like 3 arms or something, but it got pretty close. So yeah, no, but in all seriousness, it's not a joke. So like, I don't know. I'll joke about just about anything though. Got no lines here. So if that stuff with Antonio Brown is actually true, that is terrible, terrible, terrible news. But yeah, we'll see where that goes, right?
I'm gonna flash it on screen, okay? I'm literally going to flash it. Get your screenshot fingers ready.
Oh no! God.
All right. Well, something's up with my audio, but I was going to go anyway. My time is just about up. So yeah, finish it off with a bang, right? Don't expect nothing less from me.
So what time tomorrow night, guys? 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock would be best for
my
me.
audio's all fuzzy right now. I can't hear a thing. I'm just gonna bounce out, guys. All right.
Okay, I'll text you.
Have a good night. Peace out.
Stay safe.
So, like, what, 8 o'clock tomorrow night? Is that good for you, Carl?
Yeah. It's got to be Johnny's Beef, though. We're not going to the steakhouse.
You want to drive up here?
I mean, just because you have to drive doesn't mean that I don't, right? So it's like you could walk out of your I almost said apartment, your hotel room. I still have to drive an hour. I still have to drive an hour. Or you drive an hour and I drive an hour. It's the same thing. Like it's the same distance.
Actually, I think it would be closer for you to drive here than it would be for you to drive to Johnny's Beef.
No, well, I didn't know the exact spot, but I forgot.
Would you rather have a steak or a beef?
That's what she said. I don't care, man, and I don't expect you to pay for me.
Carl,
by the way, I'm literally wearing a jersey.
Elmwood Park is Johnny's Beef, but about 20 blocks before that on North Avenue is Tom's Steakhouse.
Let's go. Let's go a $6.45 Italian beef from Johnny's because that's a lot cheaper than a $90 steak dinner.
You're a snob about it.
$9 ones, man. We're gonna get those big fuckers on them.
Like you're really snobby about it. You hate Portillo's, you say. So if you say that Johnny's Beef is good, like that sounds awesome.
You've never had one, huh?
No.
Oh, it's way better than Portillo's. It's the real thing, man. They make all their own jardiniere too, dude. It's
finally a restaurant to go to on Saturday.
You could run another 3 miles and you could get Dino's. But
now, Pete, I'm going to be very open and honest with all of you guys. Okay, there is something going on in Chicago on Saturday that is bad, like a protest, an organized bad
all over the country.
But in Chicago, specifically. So let's stay away out of that area just because I think that's a smart choice.
It's not Chicago. It's Elmhurst. It's west. It's west of Chicago. It's Elmhurst.
Go south of Chicago.
It's not literally West Chicago though. Like it looks like it's in there to me as someone who's very ignorant. It looks like it's a bit in there. So
no, it's not, Carl.
Okay, Foster would know. I trust Foster's street smarts over anyone.
There's an edge of. If you cross Harlem, then you're going to go into Chicago. But it's not like the city, man.
It's not the city. It's the northwest side.
It's the near western suburb.
John King Bravo Stockton. Alex is my name. He's giving you a run for your money. This is your one chance to outdo John King Bravo Stockton. This is unbelievable stuff.
Trump's birthday is Saturday. He's throwing a parade.
All over the country because it's not.
Tony's a guy. Okay.
You know, I was surprised to see, like, living in Georgia, one of the most Republican states in the nation. Driving down Main Street, right in the middle of town, seeing people protesting Trump. I should say. I was like, "What? This is fucking crazy! I would have never expected to see this."
A Republican state.
Up until the last election, yeah.
I don't know what protests we're talking about because all I've been seeing is like riots.
Yeah.
Foster, watch your tongue. Watch your tongue, Foster.
Sean is saying that Johnny's is legit, bro.
Sean, I'll see you there tomorrow.
It's legit. They give you, dude, it's like $6.65 for a beef, where it costs you $12 at Portillo's. And they give you more beef. They give you homemade jardiniere. There's no cheese. There could be cheese.
It's better than Portillo's.
It's way better than Portillo's.
I haven't had a Portillo's beef in 10 years.
Well, once they sold it, it just went downhill. Like they started buying their beef from Texas instead of the Midwest. And you can it kind of tastes gamey sometimes. Yeah.
And you guys, I don't know if you've actually not bought a sandwich and don't know this. Like they upcharge you for something called a big beef now. Yeah. I don't remember that. It's the exact same amount of meat. It's just more bread. And it's like $3 more.
Yep. Because one time I went through there driving through Florida, I said, "Can I get 2 beefs?" They thought I said a big beef. And I got home and I got this fucking big beef, and the bread was totally different. It was like way too much. It didn't work. It was terrible.
That's exactly what Kitty said.
I'll be right back.
Yo!
I'll be right back with another ad. Hold on.
Crap.
Gentlemen. So, Foster, you're going to meet us at Johnny's tomorrow.
I am.
It's lit.
I don't have to worry about a vehicle being messed up or anything happening, I believe.
You should be able to walk.
I don't know. I have a problem every day. It just doesn't matter. So.
Fasano's Injustice. I have no idea what's going on.
I know where that's at. Cliff East Fasano. I haven't been there in like 15 years. It's too far south for me to run over there, man.
So nobody wants to talk about my Ruben Hippolyte hat. Got it.
I didn't even realize it.
Yeah, I'll get a tweet pulled up.
Because the way you're sitting, like are you looking at yourself in the camera? Because like when you're sitting there normally or in the little circle, I can't even see it. Well, now I can. You're sticking your fat head in the camera.
Hey, yo! No. I mean, this hat is not affiliated with the Bears whatsoever. And it's navy blue, orange. It's got a bear. That says defense. Like, this is crazy. I cannot believe that this hat is
I need to
even
fix
around.
the fence in my backyard. It fucking got blown over a couple weeks ago.
Damn.
Greg says you guys just talking about Ian. I guess I joined at the wrong time. Laugh out loud.
We're about 2 hours into a live show in the off season. I mean, it's slim pickings.
We always talk about food. Usually, we've been doing it for years, man.
Very, very true.
Very true. Get to a point. Oh, Mr. Mayhem brought up Charcoal Delights. Yes.
Well, I don't even know what that is.
It's a food joint. They got breakfast and lunch and dinner menus. There's 2 locations. That's another good spot, man. No, Greg, I didn't see your last 2 posts. On here in the chat or on Twitter.
Oh my God. PJ, do we want to decipher what's going on with Cliff Victoria's latest comment?
Greg, bring up a good topic and they'll switch.
You got to read that out loud so that the people listening can hear it.
Put it on the screen, man.
For our audio listeners.
Right.
There's some old guy back here.
From Cliff Victoria. Greg, bring up a good topic and they'll switch as fast as Gavin Newsom.
Are you kidding me? Do we do that?
Are you kidding me?
Do we switch good topics? I feel like an asshole.
Tony Moy said, have you guys tried Alan Joel's in Franklin Park? I drive past it every day. I think I had one about 2 weeks ago was the last time I had Alan Joel's.
Well, no, Aldo took you and I to Al's after a game, and it was
not
okay.
Not Alan Joel's sub in Franklin Park.
Oh, I thought he was talking about Al and Joe's, like 2 different places.
Not the
Okay.
beef joint. Not the
No.
beef joint.
Never tried that.
It's right
Dennis
by my house, man. Right down the road.
Dennis Moody says, I've never been to Chicago. What are the top 3 food spots? Ooh, that's a good question.
What do you like? 'Cause there's a top 30 food spots in my eyes.
I'll be honest, Dennis Moody. One of them is Johnny's Beef. It's Johnny's Beef is the best Italian beef I've ever had. For the price, they give you twice as much meat as any other shit place can do. It's all homemade. Dude, how big is it?
Yeah, how big is the restaurant?
It's not a restaurant. You literally walk in one door, and there's like an alleyway that you walk through, and there's like the guy working, like the owner who's been there for 50 years. He takes your order, and they will not start making your order until he tells them to. So you walk in one door, you like walk down an alleyway, you go, give me a beef and fries and an Italian ice, because they have the best Italian ice too. And then boom, 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 8 seconds later, you have your beef and your fries hot out the door, and then you keep walking. You're out the door. Cash only. It is.
So you're telling me you're ending up in the alley? Is that what you're saying?
No, you walk in the door into an alleyway inside.
Oh,
PJ, he's setting me up. He's setting me and Paul up for tomorrow. I'm really nervous about tomorrow, man.
No, Paul knows the place well.
Paul's in your Ponzi scheme. Got it.
You walk in one door. You walk you place your order. You pay for it. You take it. You walk out the other door. It's just like one straight line, and you're out.
Carl,
I'm gonna
bring more than $20.
Oh, I'm not bringing my credit card. I'm not even bringing the wallet. Like, if I get pulled over, I won't have my ID on me. It's gonna be crazy.
Because I told you I'm paying for it, Carl.
So somebody asked about spots, and I was just going to name 3 places. So hot dogs and French fries, Gene and Jude's. They've been there since 1946. It's all they sell.
Yeah,
you can't get ketchup. Italian
better
food,
not.
Pizza and Italian food. Dino Uberini's on Higgins. They've been there since 1968. Same people, always packed. It's so good that they actually bought another place 2 doors away and started a place called Dino's East. They've got 2 restaurants now because they're always so busy. And then
Dino's.
And then I'll bring this up. And Shorty, you like this place a ton. Taco Burrito King. They once had about 25 years ago. They had 1 location. I think they've got 15 now in and around Chicago. Taco Burrito King, Dino's, and Gene and Jude's. That's Mexican, Italian, and your hot dog, which is a Chicago meal in itself. It's a freaking hot dog, a long Vienna type style hot dog, but it's a custom made, one of a kind only hot dog. The only place you can buy it is Gene and Jude's. They actually have Vienna make their own hot dogs for them. It's their own recipe. And then you get a pile of fries. It's like $4.75, and there's Johnny's. That's
so it's literally this. The door is right behind this wall here. You walk in the door, you place your, if you can you see my mouse, my cursor?
No.
So you walk in the door to the right, and then if you see all the windows, right?
Right where the people are sitting there.
You're placing your order as you walk through, and then you come out the left side, the other door, and but they also have the type where if you get a hot dog, they roll up your hot dog with the French fries, and you get the mustard on your fries, and it's all mushed together. It's fucking fantastic. It's delicious.
Wait. So you put mustard on your fries and your hot dog?
No, they put mustard. They put mustard on the hot dog only, but they put the fries in with it, and they roll it up all together. So when you're eating your fries, you get the mustard with your fries and stuff. It's kind of mixed with it.
It's blasphemy to put ketchup on your fries. I mean,
it's not blasphemy.
It's blasphemy
to put ketchup on your hot dog.
Absolutely, it is.
Okay.
Like I said, Pete, the place that I was talking about, Gene and Jude's, because the only thing you can buy at Gene and Jude's is hot dogs, French fries, tamales, and drinks. Nothing else.
Yeah.
They don't even have there's not even 1 packet of ketchup in there. They don't sell it. You can't get it. So what Johnny's and Gene and Jude's does is they take their dog and they load it up with mustard, onions, relish, couple sport peppers, and then they take a pile of French fries and put it on top and roll it all together. That's why he's talking about you'll get mustard and relish on your fries, because they just put it all together. But have you ever eaten a hot dog with all that stuff and a bunch of fries on it? It's damn good.
Oh, it's delicious. Good, once in a while, you get a French fry on your hot dog bite. You're like, that was accidental, but it tasted great.
Here's another place, Harlow Grill in Melrose Park. That's not too far from me either. The original one that was there since the 50s, they just tore it down about 5 years ago. But the owner took it's so popular that the owner took a full-size bar, and that is now Harlow Grill. It's like twice the size of what it was. It used to only be maybe 15 seats, man, but now it's 50. So that's a good breakfast and burger joint, Harlow's.
So if you don't ask for ketchup, Mr. Mayhem, can you ask for barbecue sauce at Gene and Jude's?
Nope, no barbecue sauce. Mustard, relish, onion, seasoning salt, and sport peppers or hot peppers. Those are your only choices. That's it. And the place is
sounds like CCP.
And the place is stacked out the door every single day.
That's Johnny's.
And like midnight or 1 a.m, out the freaking door. Rain, shine, snow, or winter, it doesn't matter. It's every day.
Oh, is Gene and what's the place where they're like super rude to you? Is that Gene and Jude's?
No, that's any restaurant that I walk into and look at the.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's any place I call trying to ask who they want their draft pick to be.
I forgot about that.
But what's the place where it's known for like them being super rude to you? They like, what the fuck do you want? Like, I mean, we don't give you ketchup, you fuckface. Get the fuck out of here. And they won't even serve you.
Shtick. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know the name.
Sounds like Billy Goat Tavern.
Oh, I love Billy Goats. Oh, it's my favorite burger of all time.
Yeah, that's a place I want to go to.
Somebody asked. Dennis Moody asked about top deep dish. I don't know because in Chicago we don't. Deep dish is not Chicago pizza. Real Chicago pizza is thin crust tavern style. Deep dish is made up for tourists. I'm serious.
I have a piece of that.
Interesting take.
It's the truth.
I do not prefer deep dish, but I feel like it's definitely a Chicago thing.
All the people I know that have lived here forever, we never get deep dish. We'll get a thin crust tavern style pizza or a stuffed pizza, which is not deep dish. Stuffed pizza is different than deep dish.
What's a stuffed pizza?
Stuffed pizza is crust, and then it's stuffed with cheese and whatever you want in between.
Kind of like a calzone.
Kind of like a calzone, but then on top of it being stuffed with cheese and your toppings, then you have sauce and more cheese. So it's like a pizza with a tube crust in it, and that's stuffed with cheese and whatever you want, and then there's sauce and cheese on top of that. Like there's a place called Villanopolis. I've been getting it from there since 1983, and it's like this freaking thick, Peach, and most of it's freaking cheese and whatever you want.
That's what she said.
Yep. I'm just trying to figure out who remembers when they started getting a pizza from a certain place like Foster. Foster can tell you when he actually started doing something, the year. He could probably tell you the day and the month too. Can anybody else name that? That'd be like me saying, well, in 1972, I started eating McDonald's. I can never remember something like that.
Yeah.
It's true.
Only Foster.
It's funny you bring that up, Peach, because the first time I walked into McDonald's with my dad, it was like 1972.
What I tell you?
and I got 2 cheeseburgers, and I'm like, Dad, can I have a couple more? And he's like, yeah, they're only like 39 cents.
I'm telling you. Only Foster, y'all. Only Foster.
Now they're $18.
And we talked about this, and he's like, he goes, man, I'll never forget the night you ate 7 cheeseburgers. And I'm going, I don't remember. And he started telling me, I'm going, oh yeah, I remember that, because I was like 7 years old, and I ended up eating 7 cheeseburgers from McDonald's.
Dennis is saying
from Franklin Park, Mr. Mayhem. That's right down the street from here. I'm off of Grand and Wolf Road. Like we just had Grandstand Pizza like 3 weeks ago. They're pretty good too. They've been around a while.
Dennis Moody saying, I tried one of those frozen Uno's sausage pizzas. I really love the sauce and the crust. Yes. In Georgia, we have you don't have them up here, but there's a grocery store called Kroger. And they actually sell a 2-pack of Uno's not like unfrozen pizzas. So I was in there. I was like, you got to be kidding me. They actually have Uno's here. So I bought one. And it was like, I went there in the morning to buy something to make I was making a nice meal for dinner. And I was like, I have to try this. So I came home and I put them right in the oven, and they were fucking delicious. I've never had one that was that good that I didn't buy from Uno's itself. And by the way, when I say Uno's, I mean the one on Ohio Street. There is, to me, the best pizza in Chicago is the Uno's on Ohio Street. It's better than Lou Malnati's. To me, it's my own personal. My wife and I get into this. It's an argument that it's an ongoing argument. Listen, the reason why Lou Malnati's is good is because they have the best franchise version of that pizza. She's like, well, the Lou Malnati's, he started off working at Uno's, and then he left and made his own pizza. Yeah, I get all that. However, Lou Malnati's is the best franchised deep dish Chicago pizza, but the best actual deep dish Chicago pizza is going to Ohio Street and eating at the original Uno's. They tried to franchise it. It sucked ass. And the reason why is because their pans that they cook the pizzas in are like 80-year-old pans that are like cast iron pans that are like seasoned perfectly. And it makes the crust just, it's different. Lou Malnati's is good for a franchise, but not for, I've been to the original Lou Malnati's. It's not the same as the only one and only original Uno's.
I will say this: I relinquish my title of going to Walmart for shopping and turn it over to Dennis Moody.
Yeah,
he states that he's in South Carolina, and they sell them in Walmart.
They sell them frozen, Dennis? Frozen or fresh? Because when I bought them at Kroger's, they were fresh. It was a 2-pack. They were like this big each, and it was 2 of them in one box, and they were fresh. So were yours frozen? Mr. Maine, I had Lou Malnati's once, unfortunately, but it was great.
And Shorty, I wanted to tell you this: we do have Kroger's here. It's just called Food for Less or Mariano.
Oh, I thought it was called. I thought I remembered growing up and like going to Jewel, and I thought I remembered their generic brand being Kroger. Am I wrong?
Albertsons is their parent company.
Oh, Albertsons. Sure. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Because Jewel was just Jewel for decades, man. That was a Chicago thing, dude. It was only Chicago and Northwest Indiana.
Levante Rogers. I just left South Carolina, and I can confirm what Dennis is saying. Thanks for joining us, Brandon Duplessis. Great to see you, my friend.
What's up, Brandon? Levante had a comment back there. He goes, 1972. He goes, my mom wasn't even born yet. My dad was 3, and he's just laughing his ass off. I'm like, well, I'm a little old, but PJ's older, man. He's like got to be 8,000 years old, dude. Look at his eyes, look at his face. He's just like, get the fuck out of here.
PJ looks 18 years old next to your fucking ass, Foster.
I mean,
my ass.
Foster's the only guy I know that when Moses parted his Red Sea, he was on the other side fishing.
Yeah.
Let's take you with a cigarette in his mouth. Let's take you guys hold on the cross.
When Foster was parting the Red Sea, he thought it was a Wisconsin beer broad, and he was trying to eat it.
Good night, everybody.
And
it's
if you just showed up, I'm going to give you my official, non-official sponsor and ask you guys, do you guys have the shits? Well, if you do, try a whole now psyllium husk. One wipe, one tissue, and you will be done with your day.
And that's real.
It's a fact.
It's not like the drippy dicks. What's up, Danny-O? Thanks for checking in. Danny-O, we're going to have a long season. I predict 7-10. New coach, new system. It's going to take a while.
Danny-O, I would love to have predicted 7-10, but I predicted the opposite, 10-7.
Somewhere in that way.
Yeah. Tony's going, oh my God. Tony, do you have the shits? Well, get rid of the shits by trying out now whole psyllium husk, Tony.
I used to drink Schlitz. You didn't say Schlitz, did you?
No, I said shits.
That's what I was afraid of.
I think Cliff wants some fish and spaghetti.
Yeah.
Send him some of them Doritos or Frito-Lays, whatever they were.
no shits. So you got plenty of logs coming out of you, huh, Tony? Well, if it works the other way. If you're backed up and you have too many big logs, try now a whole psyllium husk and it will give you the shits. It works both ways.
Tony just said no shit. That's all.
Dennis Moody, Metamucil with a cup of coffee.
Metamucil with a cup of cats. That's it. Like I can tell Dennis is a little older because the colon blow from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
If I'm remembering correctly. Cliff. The sea is split. The fish are right there, man. You just got to bring your own spaghetti. That's Cliff. That's really. These guys are saying all this crap. Really, I was making a pot of spaghetti while they were crossing the part in the sea because I figured they'd come over with some fish, but they didn't. They just showed up with a keg of beer. It was fine.
Foster, you talked about before about, you always like you had dreams of like all these dreams you had like as a youngster. You're like a stand-up comedian, a musician, a blah blah blah. You made your handle Foster Cover because you wanted to cover all the subjects and make your own YouTube channel and this and shit. And I came across some because I have a guitar and I play music. I used to be in a band before I moved, but I did actually used to be in a band.
No, I'm talking about what Levante says.
What is it? I'm not in my age range here. Everyone got AARPs.
AARP cards. I love it. I love it, Levante. Beautiful. Sitting right in there, brother. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
Oh my fucking gosh. Hold on a second.
And Tony got it right though, too, man.
Foster,
I'm not a boomer.
Foster, you were there for it on my birthday.
Yes. On his birthday, which is Christmas Day, he opened it, and that was one of his gifts for Christmas was he got his official AARP card, man. And then he starts asking me questions. I'm like, what the hell? What? Just because I'm old, you think I know these answers to this crap? Come on, dude, you got to. You know.
This was in my birthday card on Christmas. My birthday is Christmas from my wife. A fucking AARP card. I almost shit and pissed my pants laughing at the same time.
You want to hear something terrible? I've had an AARP card for 30 years. 30 years.
Only 30? You should have been taking advantage of that 700 ago. Oh, they didn't have it back then.
Oh, I had to invent it first.
Yeah.
Right.
You were still on a horse and carriage.
I'm Gen X too, man. I'm the original Gen X. Stories of Gen X.
Greg saying, what is the Bears topic, or is this just a BS chat? Well, Greg, we see you've been here for a little while, and we have seen you before. And Greg, I implore you to answer the question from Cliff. What would you like to talk about? I mean, this show is about having fun, and that's what we do. And until there is something to talk about, we're going to continue to have fun here. Because, Greg, honestly, if you missed the beginning of the show, we talked about this in our group chat. Like, what the hell are we going to talk about? There's nothing to talk about. So we did cover Bears stuff, but now we're about to end the show, and now it's like we're having fun. And I apologize if we're not giving you any updates on anything you want to hear about the Bears. It's just there's nothing to talk about with the Bears. So we did try our best.
And maybe we could touch on this a little bit because the Bears they're not signing. They haven't signed their second rounder. Correct.
And the reason why?
Yeah, we talked about that. That's not a Bears issue. That's a
league-wide
NFL issue.
League-wide.
Thanks to the Texans giving that Iowa State wide receiver, and I believe the Browns giving their UCLA linebacker full guaranteed contracts as second-round picks. So why would the guy behind those guys, cause that chain reaction, right? Just like we talked about Shamar Stewart. Why would he sign that contract where it's doing a disservice to everyone? That language in that contract, right? So it's just one of those things that's going to sort itself out, in my opinion.
I agree.
No need to ever be sorry to us, Greg. We're here for some Bears information and entertainment, dude. We're here every Thursday night. This is what we do. We've been doing it for a while. Hang out.
Yeah,
man.
If we're not
what you want, we just like to hang out and talk some Bears and have some fun, and we're kind of just fucking around tonight.
Yeah, Greg, you could start the stream over and watch the beginning of it. Like the first hour, there's some fun in there, but it's a lot more Bears than what's going on right now. So
yeah, 100%. Yep, 100%. Yeah, I mean we're about to end this anyways. So
yeah, I did raise a question, Greg, that you might find interesting. You can go back and look at that, and that was Bears related. So we're just at a point in the show where, like you said, we're very in here shortly, but we started talking about food because we really haven't been talking about food a lot lately. So I want to devote some time to talking about food, especially the great cuisine in Chicagoland.
yeah, it's weird. Like every time I come home and I'm working here and visiting family and friends, and I'll see a bunch of you tomorrow night for Johnny's Beef. I'm like, strangely enough, ironically enough, the least hungry I ever am. It's like the guys at work want to go out to lunch all the time. I'm like, I'm not hungry, but I'll go out and eat lunch with you guys, and like tonight I'm like, what am I literally have not even eaten dinner yet because I'm just not hungry. But I'm gonna eat some of that pizza that I showed you a picture of. I'm gonna throw that cracker crust pizza in my microwave here in the hotel and eat some delicious Chicago style cracker crust pizza, because honestly I haven't had like a Lou's, or because I refuse to even go to Lou Monty's anymore. You know why? Because I have the actual exact 100% Lou Malnati's recipe. If any of you guys that don't live in Chicago or have moved from Chicago and you either have never had a Lou Malnati's pizza or you miss it, please, I implore you, I beg of you to email bearscountrypodcast@gmail.com, and I will send you the actual recipe. J2K, you might want that. And and all you need is a round pizza pan that has a wall to it. You just need like a circular pizza pan with a wall that goes around it, so you can push the crust up along the sides, and then you can build your pizza that way. And the reason why I think it's the best I've ever had as far as a Lou Malnati style pizza is because I make it with love. Lou's now just they don't make it with love anymore. It's too much of a chain. It's crap.
He says that every time, PJ, and then he goes home and he's gained 7 pounds.
Yeah.
I think Chick-fil-A is made with love too.
Well, the reason why I gained 7 pounds, Foster, is because I usually don't eat. Like I usually fast for 16 hours or more, and then I come home and everyone they want to go out to lunch with me every day. I'm like, well, I go out to lunch. I'll add another hour onto my fucking work day because I have to work another extra hour because we went out to lunch. But I'll do that to build the camaraderie at work, right? And I'm just like, I sit here all fucking fat and bloated, feeling I don't even want to eat dinner right now.
J2K has said that he still haven't got his credit card back. Foster still hasn't maxed it out yet. As soon as he maxed it out,
he didn't give me the social security number, so I ain't giving him back.
He waited to max it out, then he sent it back to you.
Greg, thank you so much. We hope that you at least had fun with us tonight. I know you were a little bit late and you missed the Bears talk, and as we get further into the season, there will be more to talk about. But it's just like right now, it's like, yeah, 4 stars. I'm talking about Lou's. I'll send you the recipe if you want to make it yourself, my friend. I thought about actually making a video of making the Lou's pizza and just posting it on BCP for everyone that wants to. Like Cliff would love to make that. Cliff would make it probably better than I do. Cliff's a great fucking cook. So anyway, J2K, let's talk about Damarab. Now we're ending the show here. This show is about done. J2K. Cheers.
Actually, for members only, I spent 20 minutes talking Bears.
By yourself?
By myself.
That's the real show, Pete.
20 minutes.
So for anyone that doesn't know about this, we did start a members only content. I've decided to make it. There's two different tiers. One tier is you can support us for because I don't expect people to pay for that. But one tier is $2.99 a month, and the other tier is $4.99 a month. And if you want to become a member, we will give you the members only video content for both tiers, and it just depends on how much you want to help support the channel for the outgoing costs because this is not it's not cheap. It's not. I promise you guys, it's not cheap. So if you want to become a member, you can watch the pre-show or the post. Sometimes we do post shows. Sometimes we just do production meetings, and we'll post that on there. And Mayhem, email me. I'll send you the recipe. You know the email, bearscountrypodcast@gmail.com. I'll send you the recipe. But for anyone that wants to support the channel for either $3 or $5 a month, if you can afford it, we're not asking you to, but if you want to, we'll give you that extra like bullshit content that it's not Bears. It's more about getting to know us and hanging out with us. And me being here for work for this week and next week, I couldn't even. I'm an hour ahead here, so I couldn't even think about doing that tonight. And sure enough, PJ went on there and did it himself. That's devotion and commitment. And PJ, I cannot wait to put my headphones in tomorrow and listen to you talking. It's gonna be awesome.
Going to be different.
Oh, I can't wait, man.
Watch it now that I'm a member. You guys wouldn't let me watch it for fucking like the first 6 months. I don't know why, but.
Well, I gave you access to the channel, but all you have to do is create a Gmail account. Remember that shit?
Yeah, I know. I'm just joking.
Nah, I totally forgot. Yeah, I'm too lazy to create a fucking another.
Right here, we do it every week on here.
Yeah,
I've already watched them on here before I became a member. And next week we'll give out another 5 memberships. I think Chad gave out 5 tonight. Chad Speeder?
No. Chad
For
had
himself 5 months.
For 5 months.
Oh, congratulations, Chad. I misheard that because I walked in late.
Much love and appreciation.
See what happens when you're late?
4 stars. Are you going live? When are you going live? Let's overlap so you can get our chat to join your show automatically.
11.
Yeah, it's like in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be hard.
Well, I'm not going to hang on for that long because I have to go to bed. But Levante, thank you for saying that. Who the hell don't got $5? I mean, that means a lot.
I don't, Levante, because I've got 7 ex-wives and 15 children.
Half of them, 30 children, but half of them are dead now.
Hey.
11:30 at that.
Ooh.
PJ, can you? I'm not even going to ask you that question. No, I'm good. I'm not going to say that.
PJ's going to hang out for another hour with you, Carl.
No, I gotta take one of our players to the doctor, get his bandages off. He had knee surgery, so.
Ooh.
By the way,
taking on that responsibility.
We have a.
PJ's taking on that responsibility. He's a fantastic coach, stand-up guy.
We on this channel we have a resident defensive line coach working with 2 former NFL players. So please stay tuned.
Thank you, Foster. Good job,
I was going to say Foster. That's awesome. Foster.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, Foster.
You're hurting my cracked rib.
Oh no.
Lord, you have blessed Foster with years of life. Do it for me. What was I just saying?
Dude, Levante, you don't want it. You don't want this, believe me. Falling apart piece by piece, man.
It's a blessing to get old, though.
That's for sure.
That's true.
It's a blessing.
Yeah. Absolutely for sure. It's
true.
difficult, but it's a blessing. It can be difficult.
100%.
J2K is going to pop in here and hold the box for another 30 minutes.
So we can
it's
switch
an hour
over.
Now, dude. It's an hour.
Yeah.
Because they're at 11:30, J2.
Yeah. We're not doing another hour. No.
Yeah.
I got to go.
So I did set up a fallback config, if you will. Unfortunately, not yesterday, but today, Bare Their Souls is live. So if you guys are in here now and you want to stick around and get pushed over to the Barroom Network, that is something that can absolutely happen. So I would definitely suggest that.
Yes, the Barroom Network is
I
doing.
forgot they were doing Thursday this week.
Yeah, they're doing Thursday this week. So Bare Their Souls is going live on the Barroom Network. Hop over there, and I implore every one of you to go check out 4 Stars Chicago Sports as well. Awesome guys.
Specific to the Barroom Network, though, there's nothing that you guys have to do. Just watch the end, watch the outro, and stick around. And I think it will automatically transfer you to their channel, which is awesome.
I believe so.
Because I set that up.
Okay.
Cool.
Get some rest, Roberto.
Yeah, man, get some rest, bro.
Roberto, thank you. Saying great show, BCP. Mr. Mayhem says I love BCP, and we love you, Mr. Mayhem. And for the millionth time, any one of you that want to just come on here and fuck off with us for an hour or two, please email the channel at bearscountrypodcast@gmail.com, and we would love to have you join us, just like Bearski did tonight, and we can hang out, shoot the shit, and have a great time.
Talk a little Bears in the off season.
Yeah,
I gotta read this real quick because it's kind of dirty. So Cliff Victoria is saying a lot of what I do now isn't recipes. It's more tasting, smelling, and feeling how a dish is coming. It's hard to document.
Where does your dish come? On your back?
Would you like to stroke my pussy, darling?
BCP.
Sorry, do you expect me to have a comeback for that? Or do you want a comeback from me?
What? No super chats?
A comeback? A comeback or a come on?
No, it's a comeback. And then I was going to say, well, you could always scrape it off the back of your mom's teeth.
BCP.
Terrible. In a fucking game show.
Oh my goodness. Let's get the chat before we get out of here, guys. I mean, you guys are this chat is you are it. Yeah. You're it. Chat, you are it, man. Without you, we don't exist. We're sitting here with 74 people still watching. And that's an honor and a blessing because one day years ago we were 15 people watching us, and we've been up to
J2K. Have a good night, bro.
We went up to those were Shorty.
Yeah,
exactly. Those 15 were Shorty.
My own channel.
Different
channels. Yeah. I mean, Levante Rogers, man. Wow, I hope the children are asleep.
Yeah, don't worry, Levante. I hit mine with a bat. They're sleeping. They're all cold.
They're out.
After you gave them some vodka, you're like, that didn't work. Now it's time for the bat.
The Jack Daniels and the hot cocoa didn't work.
G2K, we're blessed to know you, and thank you for all of your support and all of your everything you've done to help this channel. Yeah. I mean, you're one of this channel's best friends, just like Cliff and Chad and so many of you, Mr. Mayhem, the people that have been here from Tony Moy. Everyone's been here, like that have been here from day one or day two. Like it's
Armando Lara Jr.
G2K, we have the power to hold Shorty's attention for 3-ish hours. Love you too, J2K. Yeah, I mean that's it. That's a wrap. We'll see you guys next Thursday. Let's get to chat really quick though. J2K, Levante, Cliff, Chad Spieger, 4 Star Sports Chicago,
Mr. Mayhem, Roberto Hernandez,
Mr. Mayhem, Brandon Duplessis, Dennis Moody, Greg,
Tito Pizzicor. I can't say the name right.
Greg, King Pookie Nation hopped in here for a bit. King Buka World hopped in here for a bit. Tony Moy.
Jay Grizz.
Here's a new one I didn't see. Cambion. Caleb wanted to be a Vikings player. Skull, whatever that means.
Rick Gonzalez.
Cloud.
You've never heard Skull?
Cloud
No, their slogan. Radio? That's like bear down for the Vikings.
Yeah, with the drum, right?
Never heard.
Yeah, they do the little hand clap.
That's
Skull
right.
chant. Yeah, I mean,
Rich Lowe, Danny
O, John King Bravo, Stockton,
Sam H,
Greg, John S, Tony Moy. Oh my goodness, Alex is my name-o.
Sean Lugo.
Sean Lugo.
DJ
it's Crimson, you dig?
Jason UK Bears.
It's Crimson, you dig was in here. Good to see you again.
Yeah, a lot of the viewers from the Bearskifilm side of things when Paul was here. It was nice to see everyone. So fantastic.
Yeah. We want to thank Bearski for joining us tonight too. That was a pleasure and an honor to have him hang out with us. Anyone that doesn't know about his content, please go check out Bearski Films. My favorite Bears content for videos, bar none out there. It's the best I've ever seen. So please check him out. Heidi Zimmerman, love you.
Sam H.
Love Heidi. Sam H. Brian Reberg, my Coach B. Love you, Coach. Jay Grizz was in here. Grizzly Bear, as I call him now. Sean Lugo from 4-Star Sports. DJ Prophet. I mean, you guys, it's Crimson. You dig? I love that name, by the way. It's awesome.
It's Crimson.
Yeah,
you
guys
dig.
in
You
chat,
dig,
we truly
man. You
appreciate
dig.
you guys.
Yeah. Jason UK Bears, we love you, Jason. You're part of the show. We cannot wait to have you do your show with Chris Watts again.
Roberto Hernandez and Jay
The
Grizz.
British Bears, yep. Roberto Hernandez, Armando Lera, and Petty Lera Jr.
Tito, can you see this? Because I don't know, I can't say that. Because I have not seen this name.
Being a Bears fan is rough, but I'm glad I'm not a Bengals fan. They're so bad. Tito Piz, it's like Dio.
Visual Joe was here earlier.
Uh-huh.
All right, my screen's black again.
Sam H.
So yeah,
DJ
guys, we do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your support, Zach Sullivan, and everyone else. Thank you.
For all of you that we missed, it's too far to scroll up to see when you were here in the beginning of the show. But we love and appreciate you guys, man. I mean, more than words can say.
Minister Charles Johnson.
Wait, what?
Minister Charles
Johnson.
Did you get John King Bravo Stockton?
Yes. Again, Minister Charles, hope everything's going well with you, brother.
Yeah.
Creighton.
Yeah, for sure. Minister
Wilfong. Yeah, Minister Charles, we wish you the best.
Erica.
Erica Lingerfield was in here. Yeah, nice. Love Erica. Females in our chat is just an honor. It's a real honor because you don't really get very many females that want to like listen to our bullshit, right? So we appreciate you, Erica. Every one of you. I can scroll up for an hour and a half and find all you guys, but you guys know who you are. If we miss your name, it's not on purpose. It's just a lot to go through. So we appreciate you guys. We love you guys. We will see you next Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Central, with more of nothing else to talk about because the season hasn't started yet. So we'll make it.
Unless the Bears make a blockbuster trade with the Jets.
Yeah. Now you're getting pulled.
I was gonna ask PJ real quick. Whatever happened with your weekly conversations with polls? You guys don't talk anymore, do you? PJ and Poles broke up. You guys break up?
Yeah, we got a disagreement over a trade he made.
Oh, that's right. That is right.
Chicago Sports Podcast, John S.
John S.
Love you guys. We will see you guys.
Everybody stay safe out there, man.
Next Thursday night. Same Bears channel. Same Bears time.
One more thing. Cloud Chasers Radio.
What the hell is that?
We saw that earlier.
He can be traded up until August 5th, and then he can sit out and re-enter the draft.
They're referring to Shamar Stewart. We talked about this. Was from long ago.
But that was the only comment I saw by him, or that person, I should say.
As we're ending the stream, don't go anywhere. YouTube should automatically transfer you to the Barroom Network, and just let them know that we sent you. Say, I am down with BCP. That would be awesome.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
we have someone from the Chicago sometimes on currently named Jeff to Argus, so it'd be very, very cool to make a nice impression.
Absolutely. I'll be sitting there eating some leftover pizza while I'm watching the Barroom Network with you guys. So
I'm going to go in and say, what the hell happened to BCP? I was watching a good show.
Wow.
I do that to Aldo all the time, man.
We love fucking with Aldo. You know. By the way, Aldo was so nice for anyone. You guys know this, but chat doesn't. Like, Aldo was so nice to let me know. I apologize. I had to push my show to Thursday. I didn't mean to overlap with you. And I said, I really appreciate you being so kind to say that. And I said, let's compare the chats when the whole thing is said and done. We're leaving with 73. Where's the Barroom at? Because people expect us on Thursdays, not them. And that was my point.
Yeah,
the Barroom will get 73 or more on a Tuesday or Wednesday when they know what they're going to be on. But
all day long, they've been there for a decade and a half.
Yeah, the Podfather himself. Yep. So
and we wouldn't be talking. The three of us wouldn't be sitting here probably
if not for Aldo. So head over to the Barroom if you're bored and you still want to keep talking Bears or more Bears and less bullshit like we've been doing. They'll give you that content. Yeah.
And you'll get your bullshit too. You get more of it there.
Yeah. Guys,
just what it is.
On a 1.
Just what it is, man.
On a 2. On a 3.
The Bears.
Justin Fields.
Giddy up, groove, stay. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. Integral, grind exponential. You down with BCP? That's the way we rotate radially. You down with BCP? Down with BCP? You down with BCP? You down with BCP? That's the way we do things limitlessly. Yeah. You down with BCP? Yeah, you know me. You down with BCP? Let's blow. Switch the flow. Shift the tempo.